Yeah, Prophet Marshall Occurrence back up in this. So this is just a continuation of what I've been on lately, man. Just continue what I've been on lately, which is we are using spiritual weapons against the Americans. That's what we're doing. You know, we move like angels. We move like we catch everything. You know what I'm saying? Nothing get past us. Nothing get past the angel. And if you think we on some special needs nerd type of gamers, and nah, that ain't what this is over here, buddy. I know it's so animated. That's what you thought it was. Oh, I enjoy video games just like a normal American, but hey, I don't take it overboard. So we using fasting, offerings, all this spiritual warfare. I just sent money to Vietnam, and I don't say that to brag. This is not to brag. I just sent money to Vietnam and Egypt. That's what I sent. Sent money to Egypt and Vietnam. That's a good combination, ain't it? Egypt and Vietnam. To the country Egypt and to the country Vietnam. We own it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the writing is on the wall. The conspiracy is everywhere. See, when you see the conspiracy everywhere, what we gonna do? What you think I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna see. The insinuation is y'all head honchos and y'all big dogs. Y'all big dogs. Okay, then you gotta take what comes with that. And guess what? It ain't always pretty. It's a lot of people that was big dogs and they in a big grave. Big dogs go to big graves, buddy. Yeah. Big dogs go to big graves. See, they thought it was me that was gonna die. Nah. You could tell I'm gonna live. You could tell. You could see it. See, you made it about me and you. Whether it be black people, whether it be gay people. Basically, this is how you need to hear it. Everybody tried to make it about them. Whether it was gay people, it wasn't about you. When it was about you. With me and you. Like, me fighting you. When? when now that you see who I am, when did I fight you? You see how you playing yourself? When did me and you fight? When did I square up with you? That's how I need to say it. When did I square up with gay people as a collective community? As a collective gay community, when did I square up with you? You see what I'm saying? That's what make it even more lame, bro. It was listen. I didn't need to square up with you. There was no need to. When did I square up? When did I really square up with black people? And it was just all about you. When? No, you played with me. You tried to square up with me and you played yourself. When did I just talk about only exclusively you and me and you exclusively? I addressed you starting this problem, right? I addressed that. I addressed you starting these problems and my corresponding action. When did I square up with you? My point is, these two groups of people tried to make it all about them. Whether it was gay people or black people, they try to make it all like it's me and you, a one-on-one thing. This is how we clarify it. If it was a me and you one-on-one thing, then why did you get everybody else involved? Why couldn't it just be you? Good question, right? So you didn't square up with me one-on-one using all these other kind of people, did you? So how is it me and you, one on one? How is it all? How is it a me and you thing when you use everybody? Huh? Come on, bro. See, with you as black collective community, let me tell you the problem. I'm gonna tell you what the problem is. You never really confronted me on anything. You got too many liabilities yourself to confront me about anything. But you didn't. You didn't confront me about nothing. You sat back and try to make me a loose cannon and try to act like I'm the problem. But the truth is, you stepped in my lane and I just responded to it. I just responded to it. You got to get yourself together, man. I'm good today. Trust and believe I'm good today. But you tried to make it a me and you thing. But you didn't play it all the way through. You put other people into it. You added other people to it. And you tried to sit back and act like it's me and you. See, you never faced the white man. This is what I've been talking about. This is what I wanted to say. You didn't face the white man. I did. That's my problem with you. Is you tried to skip steps and you didn't realize what I done. I beat him. So for me personally, I can't speak for the next man. For me, I'm not taking challenges from black people until I see you beat the white man. I beat him. I beat him in his own value system. So then that's just like an ignorant person to skip steps and come back around and try to fight the man, the champion that beat him. But you think you can beat me? Nah, you skipped a step, buddy. If I looked at it as any sport, it's going to be boxing. The only way you can fight a heavyweight champion is if you beat heavyweight champions. You can't just fight a heavyweight champion. You can't just decide, okay, I just want to fight this person. You got to go beat the same opponents just like he beat. And that's the only way. You're going to be in my weight class. So I can say you ain't in my weight class. Well, you ain't beat the white man. These present generations didn't do it. I did it. I'm doing it now. And everybody know that. Now imagine me taking challenges. That's how I take it, bro. I take that like a brain of a teenager. Man to man, whether we enemies or not, don't play yourself, bro. If you listen, don't play yourself, bro. Man to man, don't play yourself. This is all I'm talking about. The community. That's what I'm talking about. Forget this building. I ain't talking about the building. I'm talking about the community. Don't play yourself, bro. Cause I'm all about that community. I don't care. This right here is an extension of clowns. That ain't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this community. Don't play yourself trying to compete with me. And you ain't never stand up to that white man like I did. You know what I've done. Do you realize what I've done? You do, don't you? Okay, so then imagine you trying to fight me. Oh, but low key, it's supposed to be for the Americans, but low key, it's supposed to be for black people. Make up your mind. Which one is it? You fighting for white people or you fighting for black people? Are you trying to low key fight with the Americans, but then it's an effort of black people, but then it ain't all black people? So you trying to fight me as black people, but you using other people. I listen, bro. I'm 100. I'm on one every day. You ain't realizing. I'm on one every day. I'm on one every day. I'm on one, bro. That's how it's supposed to be, man. As soon as I come out here and I see all this stuff and I see all these politics and people think I'm stupid. Listen, man, I'm on one every day, bro. That's how it's supposed to be, because you trying to keep me in a jam and I'm not in the jam. I'm a head honcho, bro. I'm a head honcho. Okay? I'm a head honcho. Okay? Understand that. It's not fabricated. It's not exaggerated or fabricated. You know what I'm saying? Let me help you understand this. If you showing love or you salute out in the streets, good people salute out in the streets. I don't have no problem with that, but that's not going to be sufficient for me to stop my position. If you could understand that, that's not going to make me stop my position. You know what I'm saying? I got love for good people, but you know, I still got to stay in my position because it's, see, I'm not going to stop till I walk past people and they say nothing. You understand? When that happens, when the day come, when they shut their mouth, I will stop. Right? That tells you when hell freezes over, right? Because as long as they talking, bro, I ain't gonna stop. You got to kill us. You got to. I'm not gonna stop. Okay? I'm not gonna stop. I'm built on kill mode, bro. And I ain't gonna stop. And you got to kill us. You got to kill me. It's not gonna stop. And that's how it is. See, once a man make up his mind that he gonna go all the way to the end no matter what, ain't nothing you can do about it. Ain't nothing you can do about it. I done seen enough for me to already go all the way to the end no matter what. Okay? That's what a real man does. And real men understand that. That's how this gonna go. This ain't gonna stop. This ain't gonna stop till we drop. This ain't gonna stop till the caskets drop. You know what I'm saying? This ain't gonna stop. This how we built. We live like this, we die like this, bro. I prove it. The proof is in the pudding. You see me out here. Ain't nobody trying me. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? People give mixed reviews, I guess you could say. That's why, I listen. It's a cold world, bro, and I got a jacket on, and I'm just as cold as the next man. What the difference is, I'm a Christian. I'm a soldier. But when it comes to these rules and regulations, listen, man, I'm sticking to the rules of engagement. The rules of engagement. So they still playing games out in the streets. They still talking. That's the condition of the battlefield. That's what we're gonna be talking about now. We're gonna be talking about higher levels of the battlefield. You know what I'm saying? Higher strategies. They still out there talking. They still playing little psychological games, using old women. See, now they're using all kind of old women. Like, come on, man. Are you serious, man? Old fat dudes thinking I'm lusting. Come on. I'm gonna lust after old fat dude. He's standing in front of the building like I don't know no better. I'm a soldier, man. I told you, bro. I know every game people play. You can't creep me, bro. You can't creep me. I don't live too many places. California, everywhere. You don't run us off. I'm gonna stay right here. I lived in New York too long to run off, buddy. That's what you forgot. I lived in Harlem. I lived in East New York. Harlem alone. I lived in Harlem, East New York, Bed-Stuy. I was right down the street from Marcy Avenue. Where Marcy Projects, where Jay-Z from. I was right down the street. I was in the same community, Bed-Stuy. They ain't tell you that. Why you think I'm like this? You ain't put it together, did you? Man, come on, bro. Listen, man. Ain't nothing fabricated, bro. I step out here. People thought I was retarded, bipolar or something. Nah, bro. I'm just on one, bro. Every day I'm on one. You know what I'm saying? I'm a good man, but I'm a soldier, but I'm on one, bro. Cause like, as long as people out here politicking, like, that's a trigger for me, bro. That's a trigger, cause I know the only people gonna keep it alive is ghetto, gossiping, ignorant black people. That's the main people gonna keep this alive. So we gotta do whatever we gotta do to debt your mouth. Close your mouth. Snatch your mouth off. Just snatch it off. Whatever we gotta do to snatch your mouth off, bro. Putting old people in front of us in the bodegas. playing psychological games. They already knew what kind of plug I needed. He knew. That's why they set it up and had somebody come in there and try to set it up for the second time. I already got a hedge of protection from that energy, bro. That didn't work. That's why I called you on it before I left. Oh yeah, that little gang y'all set up. Yeah, I see that. That's called. Boom. Okay, if you quick, you heard me. So okay. I'm always take care of myself, man. I'm always love myself and take care of myself. See, you ain't gonna play me for the food. That's what you tried to do. You see what I'm saying? You want me to fit a certain narrative, and I ain't gonna never fit that narrative. You're gonna have to fit the narrative of being a lame that listened to Tremaine, and Tremaine did all of this for a woman. Now we out in the world in the streets. You know what I'm saying? I've been out in the world way before he was. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you something. Now we out in the world. Tremaine, buddy, listen, man. Me and you, like Tupac said, you and I know what's going on, buddy. Sometimes you gotta say it like that so you can listen, so you can trigger the person. You and I know what's going on, bro. You know what it is. It's all about this female hey, it's all about Octavia. That's what it was. Octavia Mercedes. That's her name, ain't it? Octavia Mercedes. Hey, Tremaine didn't even tell me her middle name was Mercedes the whole time. He didn't want me to know. Like I want her. Man, let me tell you something about that little girl. She looked like a little girl to me, bro. I wouldn't even want no woman like that. That ain't even, listen, she ain't in my weight class, little buddy. Let me tell you something. I ain't never seen your woman drive a car a day in her life. I ain't never seen your woman have her own place. She might do now, but look how long it took. Look, my woman had a car when I met her, and we got an apartment. She was in college. That's the difference between my wife and yours. My wife was in college and had a car rolling. You know what I'm saying? When I first met her, when me and her first started hanging, she wasn't depending on me. She was riding me around. That's the difference. You see what I'm saying? Your woman was a little girl, bruh. You know what I'm saying? She ain't have her mind together or nothing. Why would I be attracted to that? And the woman I met had a car, was in college. Everyone, I date independent women. Why would I want that? Why would I want your woman? That did not appeal to me. I just want you to know that, little buddy. That never appealed to me. I like real grown women, buddy. Maybe you ain't hear me say that. Maybe me and you ain't sit down and get to that level of talking. I like real grown women. You understand me? You understand me, buddy? Yeah, I've been like this, buddy. See, you and I know what's going on. You know who I really am, don't you? Listen, you know who I really am, don't you? See, that's why you can't face me no more, because you know who the real me is, and you know who I really am. You know what I'm really about, buddy. Come on, listen, man. Listen. You was getting my son baby clothes. You was buying clothes for my son. You know what I do in my bedroom. You know what I stand for, buddy. You was buying my son clothes when he was born, buddy. You met my wife. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm about, buddy. You already know what I'm about. But see, you and I know what's going on, don't we? We know what's going on. You know what's going on. Listen, you butthurt forever about Octavia, ain't you? And see, once you started a problem about it, you know what all you did? You made it worse because you started problems about it. So now you just set it in stone. See, if you just had a little emotion about it and you just let it go, that she was attracted to me, right? Then it would have faded away. But once you responded to it and did all this stuff about a female, it's set in stone, buddy. You're gonna be hurt forever. See, that's the curse. That's how you curse yourself. When you go this far for a woman, you're gonna be hurt forever. You can try to hide it, but it's gonna be a certain way forever, buddy. If that makes sense to you, you're gonna be a certain way forever. That's because you did too much for a female. Everybody know that's what it's all about. Real energy gonna come out to the truth. That's why it's happening. The truth gonna come out. You can say the truth, but the truth is not other information. See, that's how we know you're not a sensei. The truth is not other information. The truth is why you did this. You know, that's the truth. You don't get it, do you? That went over your head, didn't you? The truth is not this other information you're talking about. That ain't the truth. The truth is why you did this. You see, you get it, don't you? The truth is why you did this, little buddy. We know why you did it, don't we? I know why you did it. You led all these good old black folks out here down a wild goose chase. And guess what? Nobody can ever, not you, not nobody, can ever hide the truth for what it was and what it is. That's the beautiful thing about the truth. The beautiful thing about the truth is, in a case like this, you can't bury it. You can talk about random information. You can talk about how you've been treated and all this other stuff by the family. That's random information, buddy. You did this for a female. Okay, you know how we know? You know how we know for sure? You know how we know for sure? Because you told the family that I had sex with your wife. That's how we know this is what this is about. We ain't slow, right? Okay, so if the family know, if you told the family I had sex with your wife, see, I could want you to suffer for that reason just alone. For you to go tell the family that I slept with your wife, knowing I ain't even been around your wife. So that's what this is all about, bro. You went and told the whole family. That's how we know. We don't have to second guess it. You think I gotta second guess it? Like these ignorant black people? You think I gotta second guess it like these ignorant black people in Brooklyn? I don't second guess nothing. Because I'm not slow. I'm not stupid. I don't got learning deficit or what? Learning disability. I'm not LD. Okay? You don't go back and get your GED and you LD. No. You need a tutor to get your LD. I ain't have a tutor to get my GED. I went in there and read that book, went and aced all the tests. That proves my competency mentally. Okay, yeah, GED. Oh, that proves it. It's harder than you think, because you know what? A lot of people got passed on in high school. You ain't really make it. You got passed on because you was cool with the teachers. You go get your GED. It proves if you competent or not. You ain't nobody gonna pass you on. You gotta learn all grade information at one time. I aced it all. I ain't had nobody to lean on. Like these dudes that leaned on their teachers in high school, and that's really how you got your high school diploma. It ain't even valid. You got passed on, bro, because you was cool and popular in school. You ain't really earned that your diploma. I earned my high school diploma equivalent by acing all those tests by myself with no teachers to lean on. I ain't had nobody to lean on, buddy. I ain't had nobody to lean on. You understand? No tutors. I just studied the book. That showed you my competency. I just bought the book, studied the GED book, aced the test, got my GED. Boom. You know how quick I got my GED? Less than 6 months. I got my GED, like 3 months, 4 months, something like that. Listen, bro. For you to question my competency is funny to me. That's funny to me, bro. I ain't never been esteemed as stupid. That's one I never, ever. That's one thing I ain't ever been esteemed. Nobody ain't never called me stupid. I call y'all stupid. Because first of all, I wouldn't have listened to nobody else coming out here talking about whatever. That's ignorance. That's not becoming of a man. A man ain't gonna go but so far listening to something like that. If I hear something, I'm like, oh wow, okay. Well, as long as I don't see this person doing nothing around here, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even running them off, you know what I'm saying? From my own experiences in my life, if I see somebody out here, I ain't running him off for nothing. It, it ain't shocking to me. It's so much of this stuff going on. It ain't like he the only one. If he was, this whole country doing it. So I would feel normal. If I was doing something wrong, I would feel normal. Well, everybody else doing it. So you know, man, that's the end of that. We now addressing higher politics, higher levels of spiritual warfare, and we're not being reduced down to lower levels to keep people relevant, so they can stay relevant in these situations. They came out here and played in the field. Hey man, let me tell you something. You played yourself, bro. Cause I'm gonna do what I gotta do, and now everybody know that. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. And that's that. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. So, yeah. Yeah, so man, I try to tell people, man, it's all about respect. It's all about respect. If you a man, you understand that. It's all about respect. We live and die like this. America want to go to war, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do it the right way. We're gonna do it the right way. We are. You ain't gonna be able to arrest me. You ain't gonna be able to arrest me for conspiracy. You ain't gonna be able to do nothing. I just gave an offering to Vietnam, and I proudly say it's $1 million. I just gave Vietnam $1 million. Yeah. About 1.5 million, actually. Facts. I sent money to Egypt, too. Egypt, with the pyramids. I've been working with Egypt for like a year, going on 2 years. This year will be 2 years. I've been working with Egypt, Cairo, Egypt. You know, Cairo, Egypt. Yeah, I sent money out there starting about 2024, at the end of 2024. So, yeah. When I was back in North Carolina, that's why I sent my first spiritual offering to Egypt. So, yeah, I sent more money out there, hundreds of dollars out there. So that's real good. So it's just forward March. Now I'm on a fasting just to get all this energy, that negativity, all the things they just done, all the wickedness and all the witchcraft, psychological games. Now that I'm back in, from giving the offerings, running my errand, getting my food. Next step is to fast. The next step is to fast. And just get this energy rolling. Just get this energy rolling, man. You know, it's just white folks and black folks. I told y'all, that's the main ones who cause these problems. They the main ones that cause these problems. It's no secret. That's why I told everybody else, besides white people and black people, to stay out of it. It ain't got nothing to do with you. I know exactly who the problem is. You ain't got to tell me. You ain't got to show me. It's the police. It's the Freemasons, and it's black people, and it's white people. That's who it is. And whoever they using. Okay? That's who it is. Using witchcraft and all of that. We don't care nothing about that. I don't care nothing about what you're talking about. Because whatever you're talking about, listen, your country is doing all of it. It's no secret. If you ain't Jedi mind tricking me, all these people doing it. So I don't care what you talk about, whatever it is. So that's that. Would you care if you seen people doing the exact same thing they talk about you doing? Like we retarded. Okay, they do the same thing over there. No, I do not. I wouldn't care if I was guilty. I wouldn't even care. Looking at your country, I would not even care. That's called holding people to the same standard that they hold you to. That's what it's called. And that's that. You know what I'm saying? That's being a man. You know what I'm saying? If they doing it, I don't feel abnormal. I don't feel strange if America doing the same thing. If you show me that you do the same thing, why would I feel strange? That's not the feeling I would feel. The feeling I would feel would be normal. I would feel normal. That wouldn't make you feel normal. If you did something and then you seen other people did it, you wouldn't feel normal. I would see. You think I should feel weird? I don't feel weird. I feel normal. I feel like whatever you talk about, it's other people over there. I don't care what it is. These old women. I remember the dude that raped the two sisters. They was like in their 70s and 80s or something. He raped two sisters, both of them. He got both of them at one time. Listen, man. Anything you could be talking about, bro, they doing it in this country. It's a filthy, nasty country, bro. So for you to question somebody's morality in America was suicide. That's how I see it. You must have wanted to die. Because these people doing everything. And some. Everything under the sun, buddy. Like the Bible says, there's nothing new under the sun. I think the Bible says that. But you know, it's definitely a cliche that says that there's nothing new under the sun. So I'm just letting you know. I don't feel it. I wouldn't feel indifferent about nothing, knowing all what these people do. That's all I'm saying. So that you can know you ain't gonna never make me feel strange in America, this strange country, with these strange folks. You ain't gonna ever make me feel, strange or abnormal or weird or something than everybody else. That's what you looking to make me feel. I ain't gonna never feel that way. That's what. So now you see how the clown you made yourselves out to be. That's all I'm saying. So like I said, man, we fighting on higher levels of spirituality. You know what I'm saying? And we using the spiritual weapons. See, that's what people can't catch me slipping, because I'm using spiritual weapons. I couldn't even imagine going out here trying to handle all of this physically on my own. I wouldn't even know where to start. Shit, I wouldn't even know where to start, bro. So that's why I'm grateful to God, that I ain't gotta go out there looking and politicking and figuring it out and riding around, figuring out who's who and who's been doing what and who's been spreading these politics and all of that. Who's been the main people doing it, figures doing it, putting a face with the situation. I didn't have to do all of that, and I'm grateful. Like I went outside 12 o'clock last night. It rained as soon as I went out there. As soon as I closed the door, thundering, raining. That's not a coincidence. God was just washing away all the haters, making sure they ain't in my path and they ain't in my path when I'm taking care of my business, running my errands. See, that's why I'm faithful to God, man. That's why, even though I make mistakes, I'm loyal to God because He shows His loyalty to me. And people jealous of it, they hateful of it. See, a lot of people don't know that this is deeper than all them little politics you heard. It's jealousy. It's jealousy at who I am. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that part where people want to compete with who you are. The strengths of they went beyond the politics of what they heard to see the strengths of who I am. Do you understand? And that's what they are jealous of. So you see how it went from one issue to another. Do you see that? Okay, so that's where it's stuck at, where people are jealous of my persona and my stats and numbers, and they want to fight me like this is a Street Fighter arcade game, and they want to try to fight this guy that got this reputation. See, that's what happened with all these people yapping and talking. All you did was make people want to challenge me. That's why I don't like both sides of it. People who think they're on my side, you talking too much. This guy's bad, he tough, and all you doing is making Americans want to challenge me. Stupid. You don't see it that way? That's all you did. All you did was make people want to. You got to know how these Americans think. You tell them some tough guys around. He's done this. He's done that. He's doing all this stuff. They're gonna say, "Oh, really?" All they're gonna do is want to challenge it, man. That's Americans. All you did was make them want to challenge me, and I won. That's all that happened. I went through all of it, all this psychological stuff. Every time I go out, that's why every time I make a move, I buy these people. I buy them out here. Now they take me seriously, everything I say, bro. Like, I'm listen, man. If you ain't learned nothing yet, take me seriously, man. Take everything I say seriously. You know what I'm saying? I don't waste I'm not doing this for no wrong reasons. I'm doing this for all the right reasons, so ain't no way in the world these lames out here can walk around like they doing something. We ain't gonna ever let them lames walk around like they doing something because they got all these cars and sirens and stuff. That ain't nothing. That's nothing. You ain't changing nothing. You ain't doing nothing. We changing everything. That's what we talking about. We changing everything. They ain't doing nothing. And so, you know, we truly head honchos, we thoroughbreds, and see, everybody like to say they thoroughbreds, but they don't have the politics of thoroughbred people. You gotta have the politics of a thoroughbred person. You gotta have the mentality. It's not a persona, it's a mentality. And it's not just violence. That's a byproduct. It's just being true, sincere. It's about being sincere and honest to yourself. You know what I'm saying? And being true to your word. That's what it's about. But a clown, that's what these white folks have become, and that's what many of these black folks have become. It's clowns. It ain't nothing else to it. So you ain't gonna get me in a jam playing with clown games, because I'ma just sidestep it. It's not gonna make sense when people see my real behavior. They see who I really am. I told people I'm the John Michelle Basquiat of spiritual warfare. Okay, I'm the John Michelle Basquiat of spiritual warfare. You know, people thought, this dude is putting together this little money and doing this and sending it. You see what I'm saying? And I was doing this 3 years ago. They knew it too. That's how you should. That's why you should be mad at these people out here. They knew I was doing this 3 years ago. They sat back and watched me put money in the mailbox 3 years ago. Go ask. 2023, I was doing the exact same thing. I've been doing this for 3 years straight. 3 years. I've been getting it in. And they sat back and watched me with this John Michel Basquiat style. And they didn't know what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? I was putting things together, you know what I'm saying, in an unorthodox way, in an unorthodox style. And they didn't know it was working till it was too late. They took it seriously after Israel and Hamas started fighting. That's when they realized the world was changing. That's when they started putting extra pressure on my life. But before that, they weren't taking me seriously. That's when we won. I won back in 2023. 3 years ago. I was just putting hundreds in the mailbox. And they didn't even know. It was under their radar at that time. See what I'm saying? Now they watching every little move. They putting stalking games around when I go put money in the mailbox and all of that. They putting a little psychological Mario Brothers like I'm on a video game. Come on, bro. I don't care nothing about that. As long as I don't touch nobody, I don't care what crossed my mind. See, that's how I beat you. I confront the power that you think you have or that you wield. If I get caught thinking the wrong thought, so what's gonna happen? Nothing. And I'm gonna still be with God, and I'm gonna still get this done, and you're still gonna lose, and everything's still gonna win, and everything's still gonna go as it's going now. So you see how retarded that is? Even if you did win, ain't nothing gonna change. Ain't nothing gonna change. I promise you that. Ain't nobody playing them retarded games. Ain't none of that. That's what I'm just saying. That's how you beat them. You let them know, even if you did win that lame stuff, ain't nothing gonna change over here. Okay? That's how you talk to them suckers. Ain't nothing gonna change over here. It's time for respect. It's time for people to wake up. It's time for us to stop entertaining these ignorant black people and these ignorant white people. They the main ones. Thinking we stupid. They the main ones. They the main ones. Listen, bro, let me tell you something. We don't care about that no more. We looking at these wars going on in Iran, where they talking about 300 a barrel. 300 a barrel. And that dude told the world to get ready for $300 a barrel. That's how he said it too. $300 a barrel. Iran ain't playing no games. That's real. If you attacking my country too, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use everything against you. Yeah, I ain't gonna be selling y'all oil for cheap. I'm taxing like a mug. 300 a barrel. 300 a barrel. He told the world to get ready for 300 a barrel, bro. I like how you put it. Let the world get ready for 300 a barrel. 300 a barrel, bro. Yes, sir. See, I really didn't even know they had that power. See, they letting the world know what they can do, because I didn't really know. I didn't really know it like that. You know that they had the power in the oil. You know, specifically Iran. I didn't know. That's what's up. That's a good move. That's a good move. You tear up my country, I feel you on that. You tear up my country, listen, get ready for 300 a barrel. That's real. I'm going to say the same thing. I'm going to use whatever I can against you. That's good. That's real good. See, if Russia need to be more stern with America too, man. Stop, you know, be a little more stern. Be a little more stern. Be kind of more standoffish. You know what I'm saying? We're talking to the Americans as Russians. Don't talk to them that much. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Step back a little bit from these people. You know what I'm saying? Show people whose side you on, man. Like, don't all the talking to them and everything. Pull back from that a little bit. Because Iran ain't doing it. So if you're on Iran's side, then why are you talking to them? If you're on Iran's side, then why are you talking to the Americans? That's how people looking at it. Iran is not on talking basis with the Americans. So why is Russia on the talking basis with the Americans? But they helping Iran. You see how that look? See, the only problem that I see with Russia is that they try to be too clean politically. You see what I'm saying? Where, you still kind of talking to everybody. You don't really stand your ground. I'm not holding it in deep criticism, but just kind of draw the lines in the sand. You know what I'm saying? Just let people know where you stand. And don't keep talking to the Americans. Nah, don't keep talking to them. You know what I'm saying? Leave them alone and stand your ground and don't talk to them. To keep it to a minimum, man. But just negotiating with them and talking with them. I can see, okay, you getting a plan together with Iran. I see that, but it feels like this other extra talking. But I understand that you have to be professional because people look to you to be really the leader of the world besides America. I get it. I've stressed this before, but when it comes down to war and there's two distinguished sides, then you gotta be more standoffish towards the other side. You gotta be standoffish towards these Americans. You gotta be more standoffish. That's what I expect. I expect to see a little more hostility based on what's going on. If you don't agree with it, then be a little more hostile. Be less willing to negotiate and talk to these Americans. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. North Korea is standoffish. See, I like that. They're not talking to no Americans. They're not trying to negotiate with them and all of this stuff. North Korea is standoffish. I like that. See, that's how Russia needs to be. Just settle it, man. Don't worry about being civilized. You know what I mean? And trying to be classy according to American style and politics. Don't worry about all of that stuff, man. Think about what really matters. Real principles and what you value. And pick your sides based on what you value and what you stand for. And don't worry about these classy politics. You see what I'm saying? How it's easy to give in to all of that. Don't worry about that anymore. Worry about what you stand for. That's moving forward. That's going to be the best ticket. All that politicking over here, politicking over there. Nah. Just go with what you stand for. That's the best way to go. Because you see how they're moving. You see how everybody's doing things. You see how the Americans are doing things. What's going to be the best way to handle these people? People stand for what they stand for. People make a decision to stand for what's right and what's wrong. That's going to be the best way to handle the Americans. All that politicking and negotiating and all of that, and people don't know whose side you're on. it makes people not trust you. That's what makes people not trust you. You know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta, you know, I know Russia is really stand up people. So I trust them to be able to stand up on their word and everything, and stand up on their values and everything, and stand their ground. And so, you know, just don't negotiate with these people no more. Stop talking to the Americans. Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's like us, like me. I stay loyal. I stay loyal to the Russians. You know what I'm saying? I stay loyal to these people. I stay loyal to Iran. I stay loyal to North Korea and China. I'm here in America, but I don't deal with them. They think it's a game, but God gonna turn up on them, and then they ain't gonna be able to do nothing they think they gonna do. That's the punchline they don't see coming. Is God is about to do miracles all in New York City, miracles all in America. Things that people can't explain, way beyond what we see right now. Miracles are about to start happening. This is the kingdom of God's finest moment. Not America's finest moment. This is our finest moment. Because it's no secret that God's kingdom is the one that is behind this. Not the Americans. God's kingdom is the one that's behind all of this. It's our finest moment. That's why you're about to see, after this, watch what you see God do. It's gonna be miracles. Things you can't explain, that defy humanity, that defy logic, that you can't explain scientifically, that you can't explain with a book, that you can't explain with street smarts from the streets. You ain't gonna be able to explain it in no way. Not from the streets and the hood. The hood ain't gonna even be able to explain it. All of this got to happen because God has to get his praise, his respect. He got to get it. It's a must for these present generations to respect God. Oh yeah. That means all these people. And whatever it takes, that's what's going to happen. So you see what has to happen? Oh, it has to happen. Something major has to happen. Way beyond COVID-19, and God's going to do it just right for people to live and not die. To live and respect him. Not die. No, he going to keep you alive. Just so you can breathe and respect him. All these witchcraft people, these bugged out people, yeah, especially you. He gonna make you breathe to respect him. And whatever he gotta do, that's what he gonna do to you to make you respect him, buddy. And I don't care how much you think you bad or whatever. I don't know how witchcraft people think they bad in the ghetto. In the suburbs is one thing. In the ghetto, you think you bad? Oh, that's why you kind of try to beef it up a little bit. So the hood kind of respect it. Oh, we get it. Right. And you had to beef it up a little bit so the hood would respect it, right? Still don't respect it. Because at the end of the day, you ain't willing to kill. And I think you think I'm playing. I'm just going about it right now the right way. But what you don't know is I done caught bodies on this side. Oh yeah, I'm not bragging about it. I done caught bodies on this side, buddy. Oh yeah. Big fish too. Big fish. Not no broke people. Mm-hmm. And it's not something that I Like when David killed people, David killed Goliath. I mean, you know, I wouldn't imagine. I don't know really David's attitude when he killed the Goliath, but you see what I'm saying? But he did it, right? David caught a body, right? See, that's why, man, I'm just not a part of the mainstream American Christianity, man. You know, David killed somebody, and it was all good. David killed Goliath, man. That's how I look. That's what I'm saying. I mean, how you look? How do you? I mean, well, how you make that church? How you make that church friendly? How you can make that church friendly, bro? He killed Goliath. He killed a man. He killed somebody. How you can make it church friendly? That's not church friendly, is it? David killing Goliath, is that church friendly? That part, bro. That's why I like, man, listen. That's why I like, I just stick to the Bible, man. That's how I just stick to the logic of the Bible, and all these styles of Christianity I don't get involved in. I just stick to the truth of the Bible. I just stick to what it says. I just stick to what it talks about. Because I know that if God used David to kill Goliath, and Moses stopped Pharaoh with Egypt, then I know we can beat these Americans, man. I know we can beat them. I smell blood. You know what I'm saying? Blood is in the water, bro. They done messed up, went over there in Iran. They done started stuff they can't get themselves out of. That's how you need to look at it. They done started stuff they can't get themselves out of. And that's what it is. They can bluff. They're going to be fronting. They're going to be trying to save face. The bottom line is, man, they not getting out of that. No, man. No time soon, bro. They can stop that war anytime they want, and they going to still have enemies forever. Anybody that's my age and older know the Middle East going to keep coming at America for killing that leader in Iran. And then his son is the leader. That's worse. You just made matters worse. You don't think he gonna avenge his father? You don't think he gonna avenge his father? Of course he is, man. That's why Trump. Wouldn't you avenge your father? They ain't really had a real reason to kill him, and you know he wasn't planning no real war, and they just killed him. Think about it. It ain't like he had already attacked America. I can see if he had already attacked America. He didn't attack America. That's the difference. The difference is he did not physically attack America. When? Okay, so did he exactly get killed for? What did he exactly get killed for, bro? Now you see what I'm saying. It don't look good, bro. It don't look good. You can't go by assumptions and worldviews. Anybody can have worldviews, and you can't go by that in the real world. That's what America gonna learn the hard way, bro. You gotta show and tell. You gotta prove what you talk about. You gotta have receipts. You can't just do stuff. Like even with me, this is why it's a war with me. It's the same pattern, man. Just coming up, doing stuff without receipts. That's why you make all these enemies. That's why America got all these enemies, man. All kind of enemies now. Cause you play with people without receipts, man. You play with people. That's the main problem. Maduro, how you can say the president Maduro should be here? How can he prove that legally? Prove it legally that you can go get a president without him doing something to America. Prove that legally. He ain't do nothing to America either. Prove it legally where you can go over there and get him. And without the Congress approving it. Remind you, the Congress didn't approve it. So how can you just go over there and get him? What was the authorization of it? Now you see what I'm saying. The country didn't even put pressure on him. Now if it had been a black African man, the African Americans would have put pressure. Latinos didn't put pressure on America for that. You should have. But if it was an African president from Africa, black people would have put pressure on the government to explain how they had cause to bring him over here when he ain't do nothing to this country. Based on what you're talking about with drug charges and all of that, you have to prove that. You have to prove Congress approved that before we let the pressure up. Maduro been over here for what? How long? See, that's how you create enemies, man. That's how America's creating enemies. They just doing stuff now. Like they done gave up already. They done gave up. They just doing stuff now. They just doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like that, they proved what we always thought. They dirty. They don't care how they treat people. They just don't. They nasty people. They proved it. All you did was prove what everybody felt. What our intuition was trying to explain. How we was trying to explain. You perfectly proved it with this war right here against me. And these things you're doing underhanded to everybody else. Basically, finally now your true colors are coming out. It's the truth. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't nothing you doing for us. If you was a real man, you understand. Just because we get goods from the Americans, we ain't gonna stop telling the truth. You must be simple-minded. What? Because I get some food, I'm gonna stop telling the truth? Because I get a glass of water, I'm gonna stop telling the truth? A real man. And then especially when they playing with you while you're getting the food, while you're getting the water, while you're getting everything you're getting, they still playing with you. And you think I ain't gonna tell the truth? You forget about that part, don't you? Come on, man. Listen, bro. Listen. Ain't no way in the world I'ma let food, just food, pacify me, and just these little goods that you got pacify me. We don't care nothing about that. We don't care nothing about the psychological stuff. I can tell that's what you think you got. You don't got nothing on me, bro. Ain't none of that working. That's all you. And we know that. That's what level I'm on, buddy. Remind you, I got it coming. I got the money coming. You ain't gonna ever catch me with that. I don't care nothing about it. I got my weapons right in here. If you just want to get busy, I can get busy with you. Get jiggy with you. Get jiggy with it. I use an old reference. Get jiggy with it. You want to get jiggy with it? Hey, these lames know that song, don't they? A lame boy know get jiggy with it. Hey, a lame boy know get jiggy with it, don't he? Get jiggy with it. Hey, he know that song, don't he? He done got drunk and listened to that song. Get jiggy with it. Hey, man, let me tell you something, man. I could care less what you think about. Listen, I'm going to tell you like a real nigga would tell you. I could care less what you think about what's on my mind. What you want to do about it? What you want to do about it? What you want to do? That's what a real nigga going to tell you eventually. What you want to do about it? I don't know no real nigga allowed to sit up and don't say the same thing. What you want to do? Because we don't care. We're going to keep coming. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. And God going to keep blessing us. And God ain't paying no attention to no psychological stuff. Because God see what I'm talking about right here. And that's what he focused on. And that's what I'm focused on. Why you playing psychological games if we know it's you? Okay? It's obvious. Okay? So what you want to do about it? That's what really going to tell you. What you want to do about it? See, I can have the real conversations. Then what you do? Okay, so if you caught me, what you want to do? That's what I'm saying, sucker. That's what I'm saying. That's what a real nigga gonna tell you. You ain't beat me. I'm just saying. I'm gonna give you the conversation you want. That's the conversation you want, man. Hey, what you want to do? That's all I'm saying. Ain't no real nigga gonna sit back and be subject to your playing games. A real nigga eventually gonna say he ain't gonna crack a snap. He gonna cut to the chase. I mean, what you want to do anyway? What you want to do anyway? What you want to do anyway? Yeah, that's my ghetto moment for the day. What you want to do anyway? That part. What you want to do anyway, bro? And that's all I'm saying, sucker. See, a white boy can't talk like that. What you want to do anyway? You know what I mean? You ain't gonna do nothing. And that's what we know. And guess what? Real niggas gonna keep moving forward, and we gonna keep doing what we doing. And if you don't kill us, we gonna keep doing it. It's that simple. That's how we built, buddy. That's what you put a battery in our back that you can't take out. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lame nigga don't know. A fake nigga don't know that. You don't put no battery in a real nigga back. Or you can put it in a fake nigga back. You see what happened to him. The battery lasts longer than he do. The battery lasts longer than he do, don't it? Well, the toy don't went out, but the battery's still good. I put it in something else, it's good. I put the battery in something else, it's good. The battery good in something else. The battery good in something else. But the battery ain't good in him, is it? Because he a lame. You put the battery in me, buddy, listen. You put a battery in me, you see where we at? Almost World War III, and I don't care nothing about no psychological stuff you talking about. That's what a thoroughbred gonna tell you. Listen, if it did cross my mind, so what? What you want to do? I don't know. No real nigga gonna sit up and say, well, gee, I don't know what to do. Well, maybe they got me. Maybe I should surrender because they got me. Psychologically, they got me. They got me psychologically, guys. They got me. I'm gonna turn myself in. I'm gonna turn myself in at the precinct. They got me psychologically. They got me psychologically. They got me psychologically. They got me psychologically. Hey man, you got me psychologically, did you? Listen, bro. It's so funny to me, cause it don't mean nothing. It's so pathetic. It's so pathetic. But everything we doing is costing you everything. Literally, bro. We sending money to Vietnam, America's worst enemy, man. Yeah, I got with your worst enemy. The one that beat you. Vietnam beat you. Oh, guess what? I made it worse. Guess how I made it worse? I sent money to North Vietnam. I sent money to North Vietnam. Oh, you don't know the history? Well, let me give you a little history in 60 minutes. 60 seconds. In 60 seconds, let me give you a little history. North Vietnam is who beat America. You had North and South Vietnam in the war, in the Vietnam War. The North Vietnam was trying to basically convert the whole country to the Communist Party. The resistance was South Vietnam, and that's who the Americans was with. Ultimately, America lost the war no matter what the casualty or body count was, because ultimately North Vietnam invaded South Vietnam and they surrendered. So through all the whole war and the advance of the war, cut to the chase, in 60 seconds, they basically, North Vietnam invaded through the war South Vietnam, and basically they surrendered. South Vietnam surrendered to the Communist Party, and they reformed the whole country. And so that's how America ultimately lost the war, because their objective was not fulfilled. If you don't win your objective, you lose. And no matter how many bodies, what the body count mean? Body count means nothing if you lost your objective. They lost their objective. Their objective, the Americans' objective, was to go in and stop the North Vietnamese people from establishing communism in the whole country. So they did not win that objective. North Vietnam invaded South Vietnam, they surrendered, and the communism took over the whole country of Vietnam, no matter what the body count was. So that's why, on technicality of that, everyone feels America lost the Vietnam War. So that's what I did. I found a church in North Vietnam that I already sent money to about 3 weeks ago. Something like that. About a month ago. I sent money to North Vietnam. I just sent money to North Vietnam again. It's not a game. I went and found a church in North Vietnam. North Vietnam. Yeah. I did the unthinkable, buddy. No pun intended. While you thinking about thoughts, guess what? I did the unthinkable. You the thinking crew, ain't you? Well, guess what I did, thinking crew? I did the unthinkable. I did the unthinkable. I did the unthinkable. I went to North Vietnam, buddy. Now you see the balance. Oh yeah, I'm making a joke, but is that a joke to you? That's a joke. Me connecting to North Vietnam, is that a joke to you? You find that funny? You find that funny? You find that funny? You find that funny? You find that funny, don't you? Listen, buddy. Listen, buddy. I done sent money to Vietnam. Yeah, I ain't playing no games. That's your worst enemy. I already done sent money to him before. This is the second time? This is the second time, third time. I sent whatever I could. I sent every dime I had, every penny I had, literally. Not as an insult, it was the last thing I had. We in the trenches, man. That's what I'm saying. Now you take it seriously. People thought, well, I don't know how you thought I was, what you thought it was fake? Oh, I get it. You thought I was tripping, like, oh. Well, listen, bro. I wasn't tripping. I done sent money to Vietnam, buddy. Oh, online first. Online. I done sent money first. Online. Now we send it intangibly. Listen, I supposed to do this, man. We ain't playing no games. You don't listen. I take it personal for God's kingdom. While you think it's about me, you should have knew a Christian is gonna be selfless. I am offended that you're playing with God's kingdom. That's what I'm on. Nobody does this. No, I know killers that won't do it. That's what I'm saying. I know thugs and gangsters that will not do this. That will catch a body in a New York's minute, buddy. Listen, that's what's despicable to me. It's not that you're bad. It's not that you're tough. That's what I'm saying. See, some people got to do crazy stuff to look tough. You know what I mean? That part, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Instead of going out here and doing what everybody else do. And that's what people gonna respect anyway. I mean, if that's what you're shooting for, you got to do what everybody else do. I'm really the only one that can be kind of unorthodox with God's kingdom. Okay, people see what I'm doing, like, okay, but I respect that because it's doing something, and we can't deny it. So, you know, but y'all got to do stuff what everybody else do. We don't, because people still can see stuff in the real world that people respect, and you still see we still doing stuff in the real world. That's what I'm trying to differentiate ourselves from these folks from. I'm trying to differentiate ourselves from these people because We doing stuff in the real world. I just went out there. You know what I mean? I just went out there not to just pay a phone bill. I went out there to put money in the mailbox. You know what I'm saying? To send money to Egypt where the pyramids at. I don't send money out there. That's how you know I'm down with Africa. Real good Africans. Oh, I don't send money to Egypt. Oh, a racist ain't gonna send no money to Egypt. Egypt? Oh, that's not really white man's land. I send money to Egypt, buddy. No, listen, bro. Vietnam. That ain't a white man's land either. That's not white man's land either. See, you blind. Like Tupac will say, you blind to the facts. You blind to the facts, ain't you? That's the best saying Tupac had, blind to the facts. Remember you used to always say that, blind to the facts. Blind to the facts, bro. They blind to the facts. You know what I mean? They blind to the facts. That's real. We doing stuff in the real world. We doing stuff in the real world. They blind to the facts. That's all I'm saying. We like ain't no way in the world somebody gonna be putting pressure on us, and it's World War III basically, bro. It's gonna be people that's gonna be skeptical. I guarantee you right now, lames talking to other people. Yeah, we don't really know. Man, come on, man. Man, it's so lame. It ain't no. Come on, bro. Ain't no way in the world these Americans getting out of this. Just come to terms with it. Just come to terms with it. Just come to terms with it. They not coming out of this, bro. They not coming out of this, man. They put themselves in that situation. That's life, man. That's why ain't nobody doing nothing about it. That's why you can't make nobody confront me. You know why? Because, man, people look at it like if that was me, bro, I'd be doing the same thing, bro. And then when you start gang stalking everybody else, that's when they let you have it. I know you must have did it to the wrong people. Oh, yeah, you did it to the wrong people out there besides me. Mm-hmm. You had to. That's why they turning the other way when they see me coming. It ain't because they scared of me. I know people ain't scared of me, and I hope they know I ain't scared of them. I hope you know that too. I know people ain't scared of me. You scared of God. You scared of what God will do to you. And that's how it should be. That's how it should be, though. But I think you think I'm scared of you. I don't think you scared of me. But I think some of y'all think I'm scared of you. You think I'm scared of you? Man, I know you think. Yeah, listen, do you see how I talk and my personality? Do you think I'm scared of you? Do you really think I'm scared? Do you think down in my psychology, I'm actually scared of you? Or I'm trying to be a good person. I'm trying to be a righteous Christian. A righteous African. What you think it is? You think I'm scared of y'all? You think I'm scared of Brooklyn? I think you know I'm not. I think you know I'm not scared of America. You think I'm scared of America? Huh? You think I'm scared of this country? I'm not, bro. I'm not scared of America. I'm not scared of this country. You think I'm scared of America? I'm not, buddy. I'm not scared of this country. I'm willing to go all the way. See, Sun Tzu taught this. Those who are not afraid of death, nothing is impossible. If you ain't scared of death, you'll go all the way. You know what make people fold? They get to my level and fold because they scared of death. That's all America got to do is put a little pressure on you, put a little people in your way, and you fold. That's what happened to everybody that got anywhere near my level. You know what happened? You folded. You got scared because they put pressure on you. They start putting people in your path. I don't care about that. I don't care. I'm gonna go with no. I'm gonna go where a nigga ain't never been before. White people like, oh my God, you're so crass. Did he have to say it like that? I'm gonna go where a nigga ain't never been before. On top, not scared of no white folks. You should have knew my generation was coming. What generation you thought I was? Oh, you forgot about us, didn't you? Yeah. See, the truth is, you know what the truth is? You know what the truth is? This is the first, listen, I'm the first generation that ain't scared of these white people. That's the punchline. You forgot. You forgot, me. Because you seen us so busy fighting each other that we ain't turn around and really fight that white man, really. You know what I mean? Not really. But then if we sit down and really fight him, you think we scared of him? That part. See, our generation didn't face the white man. That's why I don't take no challenges. But if we did, you think we're gonna be scared of white boys, white America? No, man. I don't care about no military. I don't care about. They're gonna have to. Man, listen. They'll have to kill us. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Cause somebody gonna be bluffing, and it ain't me. I ain't bluffing, bro. How I'm bluffing? I'm in New York. That part, bro. And then getting it done, too. Don't leave out that part. Okay. It's about respect, man. People see my intellect. They see my level of intellect, and people. Really, what you want to see is you want me to hear me talk about those things, don't you? You want me to talk about where the country is going, the conspiracy of these white folks, all these things going on in the country, and I can address those things. And I can progress my message on those things. But what needs to happen is respect. I give respect where respect is due. I give respect when I'm giving respect. But once it's a game, it's a game. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to come back from it. Unless you see me some type of way, like I'm going to let that go. And then kind of just be cool after that. But I got to do that part. But I could choose to not do that, where I don't give in to you was once playing games, but you're now not playing games. You was once playing games, right? But you're not playing games now. You once was playing games. You once was playing games. Listen, man, I knew what I was doing. I tried to tell y'all, man. See, the ones that you think is crazy or weird, them be the ones who get it done, bro. I'm telling you. Everybody in everybody's face, all these alpha males running around town, and everybody, they ain't gonna get nothing done, bro. They ain't gonna get nothing done. It's gonna be the main one you think is crazy or whatever, and the one that's eccentric, that's gonna be the one that's gonna get the job done. Every time. Because I'm not under the pressure of the culture and to fit in and do what everybody else is doing. I ain't gonna have the same pitfalls as everybody else. I ain't gonna be out here in the streets doing what other people doing. I ain't gonna be out there doing it. You see, they all out there. I don't know what people doing these days. You know what I'm saying? Like, all out there in the culture and everything. You know. But I'ma just continue to do what I do, bro. That's all I can do. That's all I'm gonna do, and that's all I can do. That's the best thing I can do. You know. See, the truth is, like I've said before, they didn't think they would have to answer to nobody for this. This is why they don't have nothing together. That's why they ain't got their stuff together. Because they didn't think they would have to answer for who they thought would be dead. They thought I would be dead by now. See, that's what I want you to consider why my attitude is the way it is. I'm around people who thought I should be dead by now. He should have been depressed. He should have been suicidal in this room. You know what I mean? He should have been bugged out by now. Now he come out rocking furs of the enemy. You know what I'm saying? I'm rocking lion fur. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, like Hakeem's dad on Coming to America. I'm rocking a whole lion. I'm rocking a whole lion, bro. It's one thing to rock a fur. It's one thing to rock a lion. Hakeem's dad Earl Jones was rocking a lion. Now you see me rocking a lion, bro. I'm like, okay. I knew this was gonna happen. I just knew it was gonna happen. That's why I'm confident, laid back, chill. I'm not stressing. I knew I was gonna come in straight from the South up here to New York with an objective for this stuff to collapse, and it has started to collapse, and we're ahead of schedule, way ahead of schedule. In fact, I could go back down south right now if I had to. I would be satisfied with where the world is right now. I'm satisfied right now. This overtime, I'm putting in overtime. My objective is already in place. I told y'all I'm a soldier, bro. A soldier is really your worst nightmare. Not a thug, not a gangster. A soldier is worse. I have objectives, and I stick to my objectives. A thug and a gangster is sometimes a little more reckless. See, I'll let you get away with the foolishness. You know why? Because I have an objective. I have a mission that you don't know about, right? And I take it for the team. You know, the little foolishness that's going on around here and in this neighborhood or whatever. I take it for the team because I got an objective. Now, if I had no objective, I would be lost, right? You see how I give you purpose? If you don't got no objective, I mean, what are you doing? You just wait for something to happen. It's hit and miss, or never hit it at all. So with me, man, I already have an objective that's already been fulfilled. Already, pretty much, I'm ahead of schedule as far as my objective. I mean, like I said, I could go back down south, and this is crumbling right now, like with this war with Iran, the oil prices and all of that. You know, this is already, it's already in place, bro. This is now, this overtime. Even if I get a place to stay up here, this is all literally now, man. This is a cakewalk, man. But this is because I came in hitting the ground running. I came in fasting. This is the benefits of working hard spiritually. I came in, I put the work in, you know what I'm saying? And I'm ahead of schedule. So much so, I mean, I'm done, basically. That's how hard I worked. I was fasting within days' time of coming here. I gave offerings the first night I came here. The next day, I think it was a Saturday, yeah. I had mail leave here the next day, so I'm just ahead of schedule. I'm ahead. I could, like I said, literally could go back down south, and I'm comfortable with the results already. Let's just keep that in mind. Just in case you think I ain't doing nothing, buddy, listen, man, my objective is basically done. I got her done. done. I got her done. Yeah, now, you don't work hard like this, and I don't get nothing done. You don't fast like this, and give offerings and nothing happens. This is the benefits, literally, literally. I got 68 days of fasting complete. 68 days since I've been in this room in Brooklyn. I'm not bragging. I'm showing you chart work. Like, this is work, bro. This is spiritual work. See, if we broke it down in God's kingdom as military, as work, man, people will be more enthusiastic about this. You know what I'm saying? You'll be more, not challenging other people, but you want to put your work in. You know what I'm saying? See, they don't look at things in terms of that. I do. I look at it as work. Good work. Work I want to do. I put in 68 days of fasting. You telling me ain't nothing gonna get done. That's why I look like it look. Almost 70 days of fasting, bro. It ain't no game. Millions of dollars out there. It's over. I have fulfilled my objective. Mission complete. Mission complete. Like I said, I could go back down south right now. This is all overtime. Anybody else would feel the same way, military and everything. Yeah, I mean, the world is in a decent place. If you're trying to tear up America, they in a decent place, buddy. If you're trying to tear up America, they in a decent place. Keep in mind, Trump gonna be in office. What? This is 2026. He gonna be in office a solid 2 more years. You might as well say 3 years, including we ain't even halfway through this year. This year and 2 more years, 2027, 2028. Come on, man. Where do you think this is going, man? It's gonna get more ugly. It's gonna get nasty, bro. It's gonna get crazy. It's gonna get cray. It's gonna get cray. It's gonna get cray. It's gonna get cray, ain't it? Remember everybody was saying that, cray. It's gonna get cray, ain't it? It's gonna get cray around here, bro. Wait till y'all see them gas prices. That gas already gone up. That gas already done gone up. And people that got them gas guzzlers, man, I feel sorry for them, don't you? Oh, it counts. That little bit of money, you start looking at the balance. Before you know it, oh yeah, it's gonna add up. All you gotta look at to see a non-driver has no clue. That ain't that bad. 50 cents, a couple dollars. Okay, try and keep filling up. You gotta keep filling up though. You forgot about that part. Well, you can't fill up once a month. That part. You can't fill up once a month, buddy. Well, I thought you might fill up every couple weeks. Okay. All the routines, random routines, and errands, running everywhere, going around everywhere. Okay, buddy. It adds up. They talking about $300 a barrel. $300 a barrel, boy. That's the turn up right there, buddy. You know how many barrels a country needs? You know how many barrels a country need? That man wasn't playing. Listen, I would have done it. I would do it now anyway. Why not? I go ahead and do it. Man, they done killed your dad. They done killed, not the leader, but they done killed your leader. You know what I'm saying? The guy talking, that wasn't his dad, but they done killed your leader and everything, man. I'll just go ahead and tax him. Go ahead and tax them. That's real. They need a taste of their own medicine. Trump always putting tariffs on people anyway. Yeah, maybe it's his karma. Now he's in the clutches of he's at Iran's mercy. Yeah, see how I feel now, don't you? Yeah, he ain't saying nothing about that, is he? He treading easily. I bet he treading easily this morning, ain't he? Yeah, I bet he treading a little more easy, ain't he? He being easy, ain't he? Like they say in the black community, be easy. He being easy, ain't he? Yeah, that part. $300 a barrel. Yeah, you better be. Trump better be easy. He better be easy, bro. Cause listen, Americans gonna take it out on Trump. See, that's what's gonna happen. They gonna lash out. They gonna lash out at Trump. Mm-hmm. Trump letting this happen. Trump letting it happen. They gonna lash out at Trump, man. Listen, man, listen. All I can say is they don't really care about us. All I know is they don't really care about us. I couldn't resist that one. Yeah, man. $300 a barrel. That's what we're looking at. If you want to know, yes, I am on Iran's side. That's because I've been on Iran's side. Besides these present politics going on, you know what I'm saying? Besides these different politics going on, I've been on their side. Okay, while they were playing games with me, they wasn't paying attention and they didn't take me seriously on this level of intellect. They didn't know I was on this level of intellect, right? So when they was playing games with me, what I decided to do was join everybody who was their enemy. Wouldn't you do that? Okay, if America's against me, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna join Russia. I'm gonna join China. I'm gonna join Iran. I'm gonna join North Korea. Those four right there, buddy. I'm gonna join them. In Lebanon, I have 5 alliances for World War III. 5. And they're already kind of all of them are in alliance anyway. It's kind of funny, which is good. See, some people, man, they're not to be played with. It's not that it's arrogance. It's just they snap and they don't snap back to normal. You play with me, listen, I'm not snapping back to normal. I'm sorry, buddy, cause I'm too smart to do that. It don't if I snap back to normal, where does that leave me? Lost in the world with no results, with no numbers, no money. Well, I have numbers, but no money, and no justice. And if there's no justice, there's no peace. No justice, no peace. You got it? Good. That's why I'm coming in fasting. I ain't wasting no time. I'm already fasting. Well, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm already fasting. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Put an R on everything in 2026. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. See, I want you to see, listen, I don't know nobody who is happy about a black man being played with like this. That somebody, they gotta be bugged out. You know what I'm saying? I would, you can't say I'm the same way. I look at it totally different because I'm that man. So okay, so I look at this as a joint effort against me, and I'm defending myself. But just to single out this black guy, like, nah, bro, nah. I think that's worse than like a collective community, because a group of people, because it ain't no particular person. In a weird way, it's not it's not even like you singling out these certain dynamics as opposed to a individual. You can't help but notice that this guy's black. With a group, you're just looking at group of humans just moving around fighting against you. Are you really focused on the fact that they black? I mean, you get to that later, but this one guy, you looking at the fact, you can't help but notice he black. This one dude, you gonna look at this one guy. That's what I'm saying. It take a special kind of American to play with a black man. Yeah, that's what I'm convinced of. I don't care what you say. You can say a person a sellout. See, for me, if I got a problem with a nigga, I ain't gonna torture a nigga. I'm just going ahead and kill him. Cause I ain't gonna torture no nigga. A white person, I'm not gonna say nothing. But a black man, I ain't gonna torture no black man. I just go ahead and kill him. See what I'm saying? Instead of I'd rather have that on my conscience than have it on the conscience. I tortured a black man. I played with it. No. Mm-mm. You can't say I did that in my life. See, some people, that's the reason why they ain't doing it. It ain't kind of like, if you heard me say it and you see how dangerous I am, then what you think these other black people feel like? The same thing. I ain't having that on my conscience that I torture some black dude. And then he from North Carolina too. No. Listen, in the name of witchcraft, in the name of whatever, I don't care what I was part of. You ain't finna see me. I go ahead and kill him instead of torturing him. I go ahead and do that. But you torture him, I ain't gonna have that on my conscience. Not a black man. Making a black man suffer? Nah, that's cool. Nah, that ain't gonna be me. That ain't gonna never be me. But when it come down to war, I'm gonna do what I gotta do, and that's a different context. See what I'm saying? That's not the same thing. That's a different context. I'm gonna be brutal. I'm gonna be heavy-handed. I'm gonna make people feel me. And sometimes to make people feel you, they gotta lose things that's dear to them, things they didn't expect, things that they could esteem as innocent to the situation. That's how I go in the real world we live in. Unfortunately, sometimes you gotta touch things that people care about the most. See, that's a whole different situation than torturing somebody. In the context of torturing somebody, I don't torture people. I get my job done, as you can see, in a jiffy. That's all I'm about. Torturing people, I'd be lying if I wouldn't say it's a couple people I wouldn't want to torture, like my brother, cause he deserved it. He deserved for him to just die. He deserved to be tortured. He deserved to feel some pain and some suffering before he'd go. He caused all these problems, and my mom would never believe it. You believe it, you know. But you see how the situation is, how crazy it is? I could never get my mom to believe that he caused all these problems. She ain't gonna ever believe that in her lifetime. She gonna have to go to heaven if she do make it. Cause we all gotta live right to make it. If she makes it to heaven, she will have to see in heaven. She will have to see in heaven that my brother did all of this. She ain't gonna believe it. She gonna realize her son was telling the truth. She gonna be like, I can't believe he caused all them problems. Yup. Jesus gonna have to show you the whole timeline. I think he'll be able to do it. Show you all the history. Show you everything that happened. See what he went through. See what your son went through. See what your son caused over there when it was about this and all of this. See that? Your son was trying to tell you. Your oldest son was trying to tell you. He wrote you letters. He told you everything. You didn't believe it. You couldn't believe it. You didn't really know what was how America really was built, like one big neighborhood. That's all it is. All America is one big old neighborhood. That's all it is, with the same players, the same politics, the same hoes, the same pimps, the same everything, gangsters and everything, from city to city and all of that. It's just one big neighborhood. That's all it is. Especially among famous people. That's the ironic thing. That you would think famous population is more dense in population, and they don't really know, but it's like just one big neighborhood. That's all it is. And so that's basically it. And so with that being said, with these politics flying around in one big neighborhood, that's all that happened to me. That's all it is. Bad politics in one big neighborhood. That's all it is. So yeah, we're just all about taking care of this business, man. Like I said, fasting, offerings, that's what it's all about. That's what we all about over here. Yes, sir. And we ain't focused on no certain group of people. We ain't focused on no certain group of people. Nope. Ain't no need to, because so many people done got involved. Why single out at this point a certain group of people? That's why I keep trying to tell people it ain't a me and them thing, whether it's gay people or black people. It's not a me and you thing. No, it's not. Because it went way beyond that long time ago. I still can address your liabilities. I can address your liabilities and what they consist of, but I got other people that gotta pay besides you. That's what a boss man gonna tell you. Other people gotta pay besides you, buddy. It ain't all about you. I know you wanna be, because of my reputation, you wanna be in the spotlight with me, don't you? See, you got some people that is so thirsty, for fame and all that, that they'll be your enemy just to be famous. Oh, you don't know what I'm talking about, do you? With these new lame niggas. Call them new lame niggas. Now laters, call them now laters. New lame niggas, now laters. Remember the candy now laters? That's code for new lame niggas. Now laters. Them now laters over there. Now laters. Remember now laters? They now laters, ain't they? I ain't heard that in a while. Now laters. Some people want to be your enemies just to come up off your name. See, this is what white people don't know. White people don't know about this. There's a certain type of Negro that will try to come up off your name because he can't make a name for himself. You feel me? So he'll play an okie doke position in your life and be in all kind of danger and everything, and darn near lose his life, his or her life, trying to get reputation off of your back that they never obtained many times these days. Because I'm sure on lower levels, you probably got these lames, even these gay people who try to play around these straight dudes and put them to the test to try to get reputation off of even these lesbian studs. They'll come out here and play in the streets with these dudes to try to get reputation off of them until it don't work to your advantage. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't really built like that, you won't really catch nobody. Like I said with me, and I know real niggas don't allow it, you can't be haphazard. You can't be halfway. And that's all they've been doing the whole time. The whole time they've been halfway, bro. They've been halfway the whole time. So you thought I was a gay act, didn't you? Well, let me refocus you. I'm not a gay act. like a musician or whatever. Won't you tell these white people they never knew me? When white people knew me? Oh, a handful of white dudes I was around. That's sufficient? No, bro, I ain't never been fake. Let me tell you something. Gay dudes are notorious for being fake. There's a lot of fake gay dudes, and listen, ain't no way you gonna make up for all these fake gay dudes that you know I'm talking about. It ain't got nothing to do with you being gay. You just a fake person. You fraudulent. You fake. You know you're a backbiting bastard. And it ain't got nothing to do with it. It's about who you are as a person. And you being gay ain't got nothing to do with it. You just happen to be gay. Let's put it like that. You're just a backbiting, nasty bastard that just happened to be gay. That's how I put it. You're just a backbiting, nasty bastard that just happened to be a lesbian. Okay? See how I covered it all? That's all it is. That's all it is. So we don't care about you being gay. We look at the nasty bastard you are. And that's it. That's all, bro. That's all we looking at. That's all we looking at. You can't shut me up, buddy. I'm the real thing. I'm the head honcho, buddy. You can't slam doors and shut me down like I'm Pee-wee. Yeah, that don't work on me, little buddy. I keep my same composure. One thing you're gonna learn, cause I see how I know you a lame, cause I think that stuff you do, it probably worked on you, didn't it? At one point where you just folded cause somebody was closing doors and knocking on walls, something like that. You kind of folded. So why would you think it would work on me, somebody like me? Why would you think that? It's funny to me. It's funny. Stay in your lane, little gay boy. Because me and you, listen, I'm not a gay act. You know, like a rap act, or an R&B act, like a show business. I'm not a gay act, bro. Yeah, because people will line you up like that. Listen, you decide your destiny, right or wrong. Okay, so if you decide to be gay, you decide to be gay. If you decide to be straight, you decide your destiny. I decided mine. I decide not to be. And I ain't gonna let a lame nigga tell me what I am. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You don't let no lame nigga take. Well, he's this. Who are you? I speak for myself. I'm a stand-up dude. I speak for myself. I don't let no other man speak for me. That's what made me an alpha male. Nobody speaks for me but me. I speak for myself. Now, I decide to be heterosexual. Okay? I like women. I love the beauty of a woman. A woman makes me smile. A woman makes me feel good. Okay? And, if I lived at a different time, I probably would have 100 wives. I'm serious. I like all different types of women. White women are beautiful. Mexican, Latino women are beautiful. It's almost like it's a torture for a man to have one. But you know what I mean, man. You know what I mean. All of them. Women are so beautiful, man, and they're smart. They're healthy. They're healthy. They're nice creatures. I like women. And I'm gonna tell you one thing I learned. Like when I stepped away from women, it's like a whole new love and revival for women. I got a whole new love for them. You know what I mean? And just paying attention to everything about them and everything, in a nice way, in a good way, not in a weird stalker way, but yeah. See, you gotta listen to certain people's psychology, man, because for me, I would think it would be pretty interesting. Somebody that was esteemed as gay, but he didn't like it. He liked women. And now he talks about that. He talks about definitely not being with men no more. I would find that very interesting. instead of thinking I know what it is like a little jerk. You know what I'm saying? I will let it be what it is instead of being a jerk and think, wow, that's pretty cool. This guy lived all this, well, you know what I mean? He lived this life, all this whole full life, and he really doesn't like men. And he liked women over men. And he went through everything and still maintained his integrity. See, you think you could try me because you heard about my sexuality. I was around killers, and even then, they ain't tell you that. So let's clear the history. The times that I was with men, I was around killers. I had a friend that was on death row, like a death row inmate. He must have killed like 3 or 4 or 5 people. The state wanted to kill him. That's what kind of dudes I was around. Whether you like it or not, whether it fits your narrative or not, whether it makes you feel comfortable or not, or you believe it or not, or you think it's fabricated or not. I don't care what you feel. It's what it is. So I never was around these dancing around punky kind of dudes. I never was around no dudes like that. And if you was, you was. If you are, you are. That's you. But that's not my story. You can't make my story yours. So if you hang around clowns in the gay community, that's you. And and we outside of the gay counselors and all these people that counsel gay people in the real streets, what we call the streets with a K, in the streets, we know some of these gay people lames, bro. Besides their identity as a gay person, that's what the counselor going to talk about. Well, nobody's lame in the gay community. There's no such thing. That's what she said, right? That's what she said, right? The gay counselor. The gay counselor. You with the gay counselors, ain't you? Outside the gay counselors, in the streets, we know it's lame people in every walk of life. And listen, black people ain't no exception, and gay people ain't no exception. It's lames in every walk of life, including gay people, and we know that. You know that, don't you? You know it's lame people in the gay community, right? Right. So you might have been around some of them type of people, right? Them little goofy little gay dudes, right? That don't really know who they are, just kind of weird and gay. That's you. I wasn't around nobody like that. I was around hustlers, people that smoke crack, crazy, all that stuff. Fighting everything, so my experience wasn't this gay disco ball kind of experience. I'm just saying, it never was. I was around drug addicts, I was around crack smokers, meth smokers, people that was felons, on death row, dudes on death row, military, veteran military. I wasn't around no disco dancing gay people. That's what I'm trying to show you. I never lived in that lane. If you don't say that, people would think that you was over there in that lane and now you out here on the streets, but you was in the disco lane, so to speak. And I never was. And you in the first one in line, you got to tell it's white folks, because they gonna swear up and down. They see me, oh, but we heard he was gay, so he was in the disco lane. They probably say something like that. Oh yeah, he was in the disco lane. Now he in the tough guy lane. Ain't that how they talk? He was in the disco lane, but now he in the tough guy lane. Well, did you hear what I just said? See, you wasn't paying attention to who I was around. I was around drug addicts, crack smokers, people smoke. I was around a dude who smoked crack every day. Every day. I stayed with a crack addict. I lived with a crack addict who smoked crack every day. And I stayed drunk. I stayed tipsy every day. I smoked weed and I drank liquor every day. I've been that kind of person. Not every other day, every day. I stayed high and drinking while he high on crack. You see what I'm saying? So, if you don't know these things, you assume I was one of these dudes in these suburban worlds where they dancing around, these little gay dudes putting carpet freshener on the carpet and putting carpet freshener down and dancing around. Oh, he just put some carpet freshener down. Smell like carpet freshener in here. He dancing around with the carpet freshener. He kicking up carpet freshener, ain't he? He kicking up carpet freshener. He kicking up carpet freshener. That's your story. But when you mess up in the gay community, I'm gonna tell you where you mess up. You think your lane is everybody's lane just because y'all share the same sexuality, or y'all did. That don't mean you in the same lane. Are you that simple-minded? It's lanes within gay community. It's not just we all one lane. You got criminals, gay criminals, all that stuff. They hustlers. They go out there and do illegal crime. They don't sit around poking each other all day. They go out and hustle and make money and do drugs and things that normal people do. If you caught up in that disco world, that's what got you thinking there ain't no different lanes. Oh, I know what I'm talking about. I seen it. I seen it firsthand. Gay dudes sell drugs, everything. I was around hustlers, dudes that sold drugs. That part, that was gay. Okay, so then, you're just a scrub, and you think everybody's in your lane, and now you're talking to someone who's been around gay hustlers. So you can't kick that we're all in the same lane stuff to me. I'm more advanced in my experiences. I should have been said that. I've been around gay dudes that sold drugs and did drugs. So they just did normal stuff. like in the real world. And so, there's lanes. There's not just one size fit all and everybody in the same lane and we all one big family. Nah. You got gay people killing each other and everything. And that's what white America, and that's what America period don't know. Let's talk about the domestic violence among gay dudes. Beating on each other and everything in relationships. Gay dudes beating on each other. Yeah, let's talk about the dark side of being gay. Where your lover putting their hands on you and you don't know if you can you can trust them. These violent gay dudes. That part. These violent gay dudes. These toxic gay guys. Oh yeah, it's a lot of them. And it's getting worse more than ever. All these toxic gay dudes. While y'all see they gonna show you that stuff on TV where they dancing everybody dancing all around. But let's talk about let's talk about real life in the real world. Gay in the real world where all these toxic gay men doing drugs and beating on each other. It's the truth. Yeah. White America don't know about that. So it's all kind of lanes, just like the heterosexuals. It's all kind of lane. So you just like heterosexuals, just because we both have sex with women, don't mean you out here in the streets. In the streets, it don't mean you lived on the streets. It don't mean you know nothing about the streets. Because living on the streets is you know about the streets because you out there in the streets, right? But just because you poke a woman at night don't mean you in the streets. We share the same sexuality, heterosexual. So it's the same thing with being gay. Just because we share the same sexuality, just like a straight man shares the same sexuality with all these other straight men, it don't mean we all killers because we share the same sexuality, or we share the same lane because we all have sex with women. It's the same thing with men being with men. That don't mean we all share the same lane. And that's the mistake. The reason why I say this, because that's the mistake these average, everyday gay Americans make. To think we all in this soft gay lane. And that part, when some gay dudes done been around some toxic, violent people. And you can't try them. See, I don't make the mistake of trying people. People make the mistake of trying me. Now, see, if listen to how I talk, you might get it confused. But then you know better, because you know what you do, right? Right. You try me, don't you? I don't try you, right? Yeah, you try me. Yeah. Oh yeah, you do. Right? So I don't go around trying people. That's why I'm good. I'm Gucci in the streets. I'm Gucci. I'm always Gucci. People gonna see eye to eye with me. They gonna understand me. And if I'm tripping, they gonna understand why I'm tripping. If I look like I'm tripping, they gonna understand it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be tripping and nobody will understand it. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? You done seen this person long enough. You made mistakes. You need to pay. Hey, I don't know what you want me to say. That's the way it is in the real world. That's why now that's why I tell people, you know, if you gay, you merge in somebody's lane, and you merge over into the wrong lane and you can't get out, it's your fault. You know, nobody didn't tell you to come over here and try me. Nobody didn't tell you to come play with me. You did that yourself. That's why nobody don't feel sorry for you. And then these people try to reduce me down to some little soft little gay dude. I ain't never been like that. I never have. It ain't never been no time I was like that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you, I talk the same way I'm talking now. That's what tripped people out. Is when I was over there, I talked just like this. My voice didn't change. I ain't try to change my voice, or you know, some people do. I ain't try to change my voice, how I talk. I guess I ain't know no better. I talk the same way. I carry myself the same way. You know what I'm saying? Nothing changed, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why they like me so much. The people who did, because they couldn't believe it. Like, how he ain't changed? Like, because it's a sexuality is sexuality. Me, how I do things and how I move, I'm not gonna change that because I'm having sex with because of my sex, because I'm having sex with whoever I'm having sex. I ain't gonna change who I am. And some people do, don't they? And that's you. I mean, that's you. If you want to change your voice and how you talk and how you carry yourself, listen, that's between you and God, buddy. That's coming from the prophet. That's between you and the Lord, not me and you. And see, the prophet is totally different. You thought, I'll listen. I ain't got no heaven and hell to put you in. God do. You got to answer to God. You ain't got to answer to me. But when you play in my lane, you see what I'm saying? That's a whole. See how it's easy to look like because I'm a prophet, I'm judging somebody, but I'm not. It's people playing in my lane, and y'all know it, man. Come on, that's it. That's all it is. That's all it is, bro. But sitting up pointing out what you do, I mean, what kind of person would I be? Because see, when I was over there, man, listen, man, I was 100. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it was. I still acknowledge God. I didn't act like God didn't exist because I was doing what I was doing. And you can go back and look at videos on YouTube when I was living that lifestyle, when I was in the hotel. I got videos when I was in the hotel. You know what I'm saying? And living that lifestyle, and I was still talking about God. I'm glad I couldn't get to those videos because I probably would have erased them. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad I didn't, because now it's a testament of how I was during that time in my life when I was up in the hotels. You know what I'm saying? Hotels. Getting room service every day. Living under the AC till you catch a cold. Pretty chicks know what I'm talking about. Living up under AC in the hotels till you catch a cold, right? That part. You know, living lovely like that, catching a cold in the summertime. You know what I mean? But you can see my videos and see I was 100, man. I was never and I'm glad it's up there. So you can see exactly how I was when I was out there in them streets. You know what I'm saying? When I was selling my body, all that stuff and doing that. That was the peak of that time. I got videos to show you the peak of that time. When it was all said and done, when I did all the stuff I did, then after that, I made videos. So you can see exactly how I was at that time. So you can stop thinking that I was like this little soft little brownie type of dude, like some little puff dude, some little teddy bear type of dude. Nah, I wasn't. Go look at my videos. That's why I really didn't connect to some people, because I was just 100. You know what I'm saying? They might have thought it was exaggerated. They didn't understand it. Coming from that lifestyle, they maybe never met nobody like me. You know what I'm saying? So I just stayed 100, bro. Not the gay sporty type of 100. Not that either. Nah, just 100. Just 100. Not the gay street 100. Nah, just 100. That's it. City to city like that. Making money as soon as I touch down. New to the city, making money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so riding around drinking liquor, making money in the city I just touched down in. You know what I'm saying? That's when I was fast. I was out there. You know what I'm saying? But I was always 100. I always liked women during that time. You know, I never lost my love for women. And what proved it was at the peak also of that time, you know what I'm saying, I met my first Mexican woman during that time. You know what I'm saying? Right in the middle of that. and me and her messed around and everything. And that's how people knew I wasn't gay. I tried to tell people that. I got up with this Mexican woman. Man, that was the most beautiful woman I've ever been with. I have to admit it. She was, I mean, you know, by everybody's standard, if you go through all the women I dated, she probably, or who I was with intimately, yeah, she was the most beautiful. You know what I'm saying? That was in the time with these dudes and everything, right? But I still did it. She came and approached me. Hey, what I'm gonna do? You think I'm gonna say no? When I went out there in the world, no, I didn't say no. She approached me. Hey, say no more, buddy. Say no more, buddy. But me and her was cool. Like, you know, we left off on a good note. It was no disrespect. I did what she wanted to do. I was a total gentleman. That's how I always am. You know, I'm gonna do what you want to do. I ain't gonna push nothing on you that you don't want to do, that you don't seem like you want to do. I'm gonna do what you want to do, because that's gonna be the best memory, you know, that you keep in your mind. If I forced you to do something, women always complain about that. If some guy forced himself to, not rape, but like, it was just a unpleasant experience because this dude forced her to do this or forced her to do that, or he just forced a situation and it didn't go right, you know. So and they don't forget it. So the best experience is always letting a woman do what she want to do. That's gonna be her most fondest memories. So anyway, I'm just being transparent about my life. You know, I even had women in the middle of all of that stuff too. So it wasn't no time where it was just no women. I always told people I love women more. All that, I always stay 100 like that too. I ain't get over there and say, you know, I can't stand women. I just love this over here, and this is all I want. You know what I'm saying? I always said I like women more. I always said that. And I wasn't saying that to save face. It was my preference. It's always been my preference. So, you know, that's my story. Everybody's story is unique, man. You know what I'm saying? But what you can't do is make your story my story. You know what I'm saying? That part where you might have lived in some little dusty house with some little gay dude dancing around, you know what I'm saying, dancing to Bluetooth music all the time and dancing around watching gay stuff all the time, and y'all went to gay bars and did karaoke. That's y'all life. And some people live like that. You had a gang of friends. Y'all did karaoke. Y'all did the restaurants. Y'all did the movies. You know what I'm saying? And that's y'all. And that's the pleasant life you came from. I didn't come from that. My stuff was toxic. I was on the streets. I was selling my body. I was around criminals, drug dealers. You know, yeah, that's how I was living. So I can't live your life, your story where you was, you know, y'all went to TGIF on Wednesday, you know, and went to the movies on Sunday, you know, and y'all had y'all Sunday dinner. Y'all had y'all gay little Sunday dinner. Dinner. You had your dinner. You had a gay Sunday dinner. Okay, you had your gay Sunday dinner, and you had fun, right? I didn't do that. My situation was very toxic. I had a very bad experience in over there. I had bad experiences. Just like, you know, some women would tell you being heterosexual. With men, they'll tell you they had bad experience with men all their life in toxic situations and things. You know, I had fun in the middle of things, but I had a lot of toxic relationships and toxic men and abusive men, verbally and threatening me and all kind of stuff. So that's my story. That's my story. Now your story is not mine, right? And what makes you corny is not because you're gay. What makes you corny is you don't know how to move. Okay, that's your story. You know, don't push your story on me. You know, just because mine sound cooler than yours, don't try to act like I'm lying and I live your life. You want me to, you know, somebody think your story sound cooler than theirs. You know, you was around drug dealers, guy on death row. You was living in hotels till you got a cold in the summertime. You was drinking Jimmy Walker. Oh, you don't even know what that is, do you? I'm drinking Jimmy Walker, buddy. Top shelf liquor. Drinking Jimmy Walker in the summertime, catching colds under the AC like I like it. And you know, that's how I was living. You know, I was with the street dudes, the streets, gay streets. You know, like, so that the whole time, like, I wasn't really, I chilled with a couple people that had that kind of dancey thing going on, where they kind of had roommates and all of that, but it was short lived. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't we ain't vibe, cause they was on another lane, and that's why it didn't work. The ones I gravitated towards and stuck with me was street dudes. That's it. That was living that lifestyle. Them the only ones that I gravitated towards. Cause see, through sexuality, you still gonna gravitate towards your people in your lane. It's back to what I said. Besides sexuality. See what I'm saying? So some corny little dude might think that, you know, me and, you know, you make a grave mistake of thinking that because we share the same sexuality, we was in the same lane. The same sexuality is not the same lane, bro. That's not the same thing. It's not. And then the more you cruise from men, and you think we're all this one big family because you used to cruising and walking around having sex with everybody. I know that lifestyle. And that's what make you think we all in the same lane and we all are the same. And even with that being done, we still not in the same lane. We just coming together for sex. That's it. That's all it is. We all coming together for sex. Other than that, people going their different ways and living different lifestyles. Hustling, selling drugs, doing crimes even. You know? Boosters. I stayed with somebody that was a booster every day. I don't like living with a booster every day. A daily booster. Like, soon they get up. They gotta go, they put you up to stuff. And I start boosting. Stuff I'd rather hustle than be a thief. I had to go boost and go just walk into McDonald's and just get drinks. That's how it was. I strong armed it. Nobody said nothing. I go in because this person would give me a canister to go into McDonald's and just fill up the canister and walk out. See, you can't do that in New York. You couldn't do that in New York City. You couldn't do that here. That was California. They ain't gonna say nothing to nobody in California. They too scared. They too scared to say something to you. So I used to just walk in there, fill up the canisters for soda, walk out. But I didn't like living with no booster. Because they all, every day they gotta go out, go to a store and boost for like everything. Meat, food, everything. Like boosting for everything, bro. Like, I don't like it. I don't like doing it. Every day? Nah. So that's another example. That's another example of people that, and that ain't even petty. That's just like a lifestyle. That's how they get. I seen them walk out with a whole cake, like the big baked cake. How's that petty? Person walk out with a whole cake. That's a chronic booster. Straight up booster, bro. Take a whole cake. Man, how you take a whole cake? Like me, I'm gonna be like, I ain't gonna give it away, but I'm gonna just be trying to do it quick as I can. Took out a whole cake. So it's just like, of course, that person think a certain way. They boost every day. They think like a criminal. Period. You know what I'm saying? They don't think like some gay dude dancing around on disco balls. I see, like I told you, I just didn't hang around people like that. And so you gotta understand that if you come playing around me based on sexuality, you're gonna get your feelings hurt. Cause I'm still thinking the same way in terms of the streets. A lot of things I seen, even over there, I seen crimes and, let's see. Well, I mean, oh yeah, the drug dealers. How can I forget? The gay drug dealers. I seen in L.A. I was in Los Angeles. That tripped me out. I seen a gay drug dealer. Dude had gold in his mouth, everything. In L.A., you don't really see no dude with gold in their mouth in L.A. I didn't. This gay dude had gold mouth, everything, bro. He had runners, more than one, I think. Coming back, selling crack for him, everything. He had runners and everything. I'm just sitting, we just sitting on the block, right? I'm like, man. And I'm just sitting there, you know what I'm saying, chilling. So see, now imagine a little corny little gay guy that come into that world with us. Even though we share the same sexuality, this is a drug dealer. Even though he's gay, he's not no lame. You're not gonna be able to really relate to him just because y'all gay. Y'all both gay. He ain't gonna relate to you. You ain't gonna understand his thought patterns. He ain't gonna bounce off of you like you bounce off of these other little corny dudes. So because y'all share the same sexuality, don't mean you can come play with this person. You see what I'm saying? And that's how you need to realize it, man. That's how advanced times are now. Now back in the 70s, times was less advanced, and and it was kind of like a big gay family. Now everybody went into their own lanes. You got lanes now. You in 2026. You got gay lanes where people doing out drug dealers, gay drug dealers. I seen it. I seen it with my own eyes. So see, that's for straight community, man. Maybe you didn't never see no gay dude that sell drugs. You know what I'm saying? I did it. So from in California more than one time. So for me, that's my story. So I know you can't really try a gay person just because they're gay. That ain't never been the case for me. I listen, I check people when they lame. I don't care what they gay or they straight. You ain't gonna be able to hide behind that. Because I know people can be real and gay. So I'm not gonna give you a pass, because I know you don't have to perpetrate it and act like you in this lane of the streets or playing politicking. Your mistake is not knowing who to politic with about. You don't politic about everybody. That's what I'm saying. That's who makes mistakes. I check straight men too. I checked somebody this morning. I seen him throwing signals to the streets. I was sitting there in the store, and I know I'm already in the politics, and this dude that's in the store, this clerk, is throwing signals between the streets. Listen, I couldn't help it. I turned back around. I came in the store. I said, yo, man. I told the dude, I said, yo, He had a customer. I said, man, stay out of these politics in the streets. I told him, stay out these politics. This wasn't a gay dude. This is what I'm trying to show you. I check straight grown men. Now imagine me acting like you can try me, and I check straight men. I check grown men. Right? That's what I do. You know what I mean? You wouldn't dare even think to do it. You'd be too bashful or shy, or feel like it's inappropriate or not classy. Some gay guys are like that. You might think that's a little ghetto. I don't care. If you in my politics, I'm going to check you. That's as simple as that. And you ain't going to be able to get me on that gay stuff, because I wasn't out there long enough to be considered gay. No, man. It's a certain mentality. That's what you consider gay, is a mentality, not an experience, not a sexual experience. You consider gay a mentality, not an experience, sexual experience. You could have had a sexual experience out of your control when you was a kid, right? That don't make you gay, do it? That was a sexual experience, right? Right. So what make you gay, besides those sexual experiences that you had growing up? It's your mentality. That's what it is. If you don't have it, you don't have it. You see what I mean? I don't have it, So like last night, literally, this morning, coming into this morning, I checked somebody today, right here in Brooklyn, out here in these streets. I told him, yeah, you listen, bro, stay out these politics in the streets. He said, yeah, like he couldn't believe I was checking him. Yeah. No, you heard what I said, right? I said, you heard what I said, right? Stay out these politics, bro. Don't be in these politics in the streets. Stay out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know where you work and everything. If I want you, I can come get you. You know what I'm saying? You're not the streets. So I'm telling him to stay in his lane. If you work at the grocery store, I'm not going to tolerate you playing in my lane. No, I'm not. No. See, I was already in the mood to check people today, bro. That's real. I checked me somebody at the grocery store. So if you're in this building, you can't take it personal, because I check everybody. Just in case you think I'm throwing my weight around in this building, man, go ask about me, man. I checked somebody this morning, man. I'm not tolerating nothing funny. If you walking around, following me around, trying to play psychological games, I'ma check you, bro. And if you smart, that's what it was about. Coming back into this building, you're trying to recondition me like I was conditioned into the building. I'm not stupid, bro. Okay, then I'm gonna show my face. And see what you want. You know what I'm saying? And if you're smart, you're gonna know what it was about. Okay, so listen, like I said, I checked somebody this morning, right? I checked him this morning, and he couldn't even say nothing. There wasn't nothing he could say, because every time I come in there, he do it, and I just snapped it. This morning, I'm like, oh yo, let me check this dude, bro, because I know you ain't in these streets, bro. I know you ain't no killer. You know what I'm saying? I know that. You might have a gun behind that counter. You might have a gun behind that counter. But I done seen people like you, I know ain't got no gun behind that counter. So it could be a chance you don't. And here you are in my politics. You ain't got no strap. You playing around me and playing in my face, right in my face, like I'm new to the streets. That's why I went around and checked him. He wasn't nothing he could say. He looking all surprised. He probably was glad. Probably was bittersweet. At least he know what's going on. He know what's going. Yeah, I know what's going on. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I was looking at his face when I went by. He looking all surprised, kind of like a little bit. Kind of caught off guard. Yeah, I had to check him, man. It was long overdue. Long overdue. Every time I came in there, he sending signals, man. I understand the streets very well, bro. What's wrong with you? They must have told you I was fake. You tripping. I understand the streets very well. I told you I was around a dude that was on death row. I've been around felons, man. You must think I smell clean like a baby, like a little boy. You think that's what I am? I've been around funky criminals, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been around stinking dudes. Okay? I tell like, listen, bro, you watch too much internet, that's what do it to you. I told that kid, yo, man, don't be in my politics, bro. On everything I love, man, I'm a real nigga, bro. Don't. You know what I'm saying? I had to come check it. I had to, bro. That's like, see, a real nigga gonna tell you, yeah, I know. I gotta check me somebody. You know, you can't be in my politics and right in my face. Feel me? Nah, look at that. And New York good for doing that. That's why I'm always checking these dudes around here. You can't do it on the West Coast. Man, that stuff y'all be doing. That underhanded talking and stuff. You can't do it in California. You can't do it in Los Angeles. Man, no. Dude's way too dangerous for that. If they see you, if a homie is in the store and you talking and he hear you under his breath, you talking about him under his breath, right? This dude is a certified homie. You think he ain't gonna check you? You don't know what he might do to you. In California, I don't know what he'll do. I know he's gonna check you. I know he's gonna threaten you and threaten your life probably. Most likely, that's what's gonna happen. He gonna threaten your life. That's real. You ain't gonna do that in California. No, man. No, ain't no way. No way. That's why, see, people say real recognize real, but this is how I feel. There's different lingos in different cities. It's different pet peeves and different things that people do in different cities in the hood. They don't do the same thing. Trust me, I know. California, you couldn't get away with that. Nope. You can't be talking in the stores about some dude, some homie right there. Dude gonna be like, yo, them dudes are explosive, bro. From things that I've seen with me putting it together, I know them dudes are explosive. They're not having it. They're not having you sitting up talking in their face in LA and Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying? And you sitting up and you plotting and politicking, dude gonna feel like, I think I need to handle my business, homie. Like that's what the dude gonna say. Oh, what's up? Nah, dude's over here talking or whatever. I know this dude talking about me, bro. Oh nah, I think I need to handle my business, homie. For real. You got your strap on you. I feel like I need to handle my business. For real, nah, this dude talking, what are you talking about then? So what that mean then? What are you talking about? And then dudes smoke weed over there too. All the time they stay high. And you know how gangsters are and thug dudes are when they high. Man, yeah, these dudes over here talking. Man, these dudes over here talking, bro. Oh, nah, bro. Hold up. What are you talking about? Hold up, man. Hold up. What do you say? Oh, talking about signaling to the homies like he telling them something about me or something. You know what I'm saying? Nah, hold up. Nah, we gotta check that, bro. Nah. I feel some type of way about that. Nah. Cause what that's supposed to mean? You know what I'm saying? How I supposed to take that? See, that's I know for sure the West Coast ain't having that, bro. That's why we don't get along. That's why people that's influenced by California over New York do not get along. Cause if you've been in California, you're gonna have more respect for California than New York because they more thoroughbred on the average basis. I'm not saying it ain't real niggas here, but on the average basis, from man to man, the average man you meet in California is 100. You know what I'm saying? LA, Los Angeles, they 100. The average person you meet is 100. New York, you never know. You know what I'm saying? This person might come from Kansas, because, Iowa or some stuff like that. Or Virginia, that's another one. Virginia, you don't know when you can't just even assume that the person in front of you that you talking to is even born and raised in New York. Because everybody like to come here, but they scared of LA. They scared of Los Angeles from all the stuff they see on TV. So that's how you find out what Americans are the strongest, man, who goes to Los Angeles. Because half of these people ain't going to go. You can say whatever you want. You can be tough right here. But you ain't going to go to Los Angeles. You ain't. Because you scared of everything you seen on TV, everything you heard in the music and all of that, all them things you seen. You scared of all the stuff you seen. But I can say I got the heart no matter what I seen and I went out there. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't put nobody in jail, and I ain't make no major mistakes that you can say just took away my took away my credibility. You can't say something just took away my credibility if I ain't put nobody in jail. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. And like I said, when I was out there, I was inquiring about the gun plug. Yeah, trying to give me a gun while I was out there in LA. So, you know, I got somebody that can vouch for that. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing trying to get a gun in New York or in the South. It's another thing trying to get a gun, lining up a gun in LA and Los Angeles. So that's what level I was embarking on right there. Where I was already talking to somebody about a gun out there. So how you think LA gonna see me at the end of the day? Oh yeah, he 100, man. He talking about getting a gun already. That's how I was in LA. Now some people can't say that. You can't say you went to LA and you was inquiring about the gun plug or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can't say that. You know, I can say that. That's why, like me, man, I just stick to my story and what it is, you know, and you can think whatever you want. You can always think it's something fake. You can always think it's lame, a lame reason why I did these things. You can always think that. You know, you can always think that, man, but I mean, just use common sense. Just use common sense. That's all you gotta do, man. I mean, to me, the streets and stuff like that, from what I seen, it's pretty simple, man. It's not really hard to be in the streets. It's hard to stay in the streets. But just to get out there and, you know, it's kind of hard to stay out there without getting locked up or getting in trouble, getting some problems out there. But yeah, man. Like I was already looking. So that's what you don't know. I had already talked to somebody about getting a gun in LA. You know, so I that's me. That's my story. That's my story. You know what I'm saying? Now, for the next man, you might have went over there in LA and you ain't never asked about no guns and inquired about the gun plug over there, because that's not how you built. See, that's the proof is in the pudding. If you was built like that, then you would have been talking about it. You would have been asking people about it. It would have, because that's in your heart. What's in your heart gonna come out. Nobody made me think about it. I wasn't scared. It was just me setting up my situation. Like I like to have, like I want to have it. I want to have me a gun, a pistol, you know, for my protection. Not to flash on somebody, not to act like I'm a gangster in LA, for my protection. And I think he knew that's where I was coming from. You know, so, you know, that's my story. You know what I'm saying? So just next time you look at me, take another look, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what kind of dude I am, because that's my story, you know. But like I said, hey, that might not be your story. That might not be you. But that don't mean that's not me, because it's not you. You know, so, you know, that's all I'm saying, bro. That's why, like, over here, all the disrespect I see, that's why I would never, like, I never respect New York quite the same collectively. Not collectively. Nah. Because I know you couldn't really do this in LA. LA ain't going for that. Nah, you can go downtown with it. That part, you can go downtown with it. With them weird white people. You can go downtown with it, but you can't work nowhere else. You can't work in the hood. You can't work the hood with that part. You can't work the hood with it. Like in New York, like they doing that stuff. The LA would never be like that. No. LA ain't gonna move like that for nothing. Somebody talking about when all them gangsters, them top-notch gangsters riding and sliding on people, you know, doing drive-bys and everything. They ain't 187s and all of that. They ain't doing no they ain't putting no pressure on somebody. He ain't got no crimes and he ain't done no crimes or nothing like that. They talking about real stuff in real life. You know what I mean? They ain't talking about nothing, oh, we don't know for sure, and then dude mind his business and everything. Nah, they ain't gonna do nothing about that. They gonna think just like I think. I don't see him doing nothing out here. If he is doing something, he ain't doing nothing to us. He ain't doing nothing to us. That's all we care about. Because we don't know how true that stuff is anyway. So even if it was true, it ain't that we stupid. It could be true, but he ain't doing nothing to us, is he? Okay, so I don't care. I don't see him doing nothing. So what? I live in the real world. If I don't see a person doing nothing, listen, bro. I don't play along with that. That's New York. That's the East Coast. West Coast. They could never do that over there. They think they have, but they lying. They ain't gonna get. Ain't no real dudes, no gangsters gonna do nothing out. Be moving. Imagine that. Real hardcore gangsters do 187s and everything. You think you gonna have them type of dudes out here on some gang stalking stuff? No. You can't make that hood. You can't make that hood move like that. That's why I question people here. You can't make their hood move like that with that stuff. I don't care nothing about no Freemasons or whatever else you're talking about. I guarantee you can't make LA move like that. You can't make Chicago move like that. Those cities are too dangerous for that. You know what I'm saying? Here, this is not a dangerous neighborhood. It's a black neighborhood, but it's not a dangerous neighborhood, and I know the difference. You know what I'm saying? I lived a lot of places. You can't fool me. I know what the hood is. You know the first way I know is the level of respect when you go in the stores. If it was a dangerous neighborhood, it would be no place for disrespect. It would be no place for it. Because it's too risky to be playing with people and talking and politicking and playing in people's face. That's how I know this ain't no dangerous neighborhood. It's probably a cop neighborhood. I can tell, bro. Cause all I gotta do is go into a store, and I feel the vibe between me, the clerk, and the customers. If everybody kind of uptight, that's a dangerous neighborhood. But if everybody lax and they talking, they running their mouth like niggas, that's a whack neighborhood. Cause it's too if it was a dangerous neighborhood, it would be too dangerous for them to do that. They would be too used to closing their mouth, coming into a store, and getting their stuff like they know, and acting like they know, right? Okay, so yeah, you ain't gonna be talking under your breath and be talking with the clerks and talking with the people in the bodegas. If that neighborhood is hard and 100, you ain't gonna be able to do it. Because the respect level, the code of respect is, man, listen, bro, don't open your mouth on nobody around here, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you know what's good for you, don't show too much eye contact if you know what's good for you. If you know what's good for you, don't show too much eye contact. Don't even talk to nobody. I ain't had one conversation with nobody over here. That's how I move. That's how I survive. I don't talk to nobody. You can't go wrong with that. As soon as you open your mouth, you can go wrong with it. One word. Somebody misheard you. Oh, nah, you said this. Nah, you tripping. I heard you. Now you arguing with a person about what you said and didn't. You don't think that's possible? Yes, it is. In the streets, it is possible. Especially people drunk and high too, halfway, and don't understand your accent too. Me, I'm from the South. I might say something that sound like something else in New York. Yeah, I'll say something else, and then be like, what? What you say, bro? Nah, I said that. He was like, nah, I heard you say something else, bro. And then he gonna tell you what you said. Nah, bro, listen, I heard what you said. He arguing with you. That's why you tell me that can't happen among black people. Come on, it can. You sit up there arguing with a dude talking about he telling you what you said. Yeah, man, you said this, man. I heard you, bro. It's okay, I heard you. You like, bro, I know what I said, bro. I didn't say that. Now you feeling offended. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, see, I just rather just not even. I don't even say nothing to nobody, man. I don't have no conversation. Silence can't be misquoted, but not at all. You ever heard that? Silence can't be misquoted. Silence is golden, and it can't be misquoted. If you come into a store, you don't say nothing to nobody. Listen, bro, can't nobody misquote that. Can't nobody say you know they miss something you said. You know what I'm saying? But if I check you, you know you deserved it. You know what I'm saying? Like that clerk, I already seen him more than one time. I seen him more than one time. I seen him more than one time open this and doing signals to the dudes and all of this and all of that, talking under his breath, that weak whack New York street intuition, them low levels of it. I see that easy, man. Easy. You know what I'm saying? I checked him. It was long overdue. He looked surprised too. Yeah, listen, I checked him. Now you know. Don't play with me, bro. It's that simple. It's that simple. You know, so it's just like you gotta understand, man. All the stuff they doing, these people gotta pay. That's just it. Like it ain't only a lane gonna think he gonna get out of it. If you was in the streets, you know you ain't. You play with my name all over this neighborhood, and the best you could do with psychological gains, you know you're gonna pay for that. You see, this is what people don't think. You have the power to enforce. They don't think you have the power to enforce. They're only scared of people that have the power to enforce. That's all it is. If you knew I had the power to hurt you and your family, I guarantee you wouldn't be playing with me. You wouldn't be playing with me. Because you'll be scared of what I could do to your family and you. But I can hurt you and your family, and now you know that. Now you realize I can enforce on you. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. America is only scared of enforcers. And if they tried you, the reason why they probably tried you, because they didn't esteem you as an enforcer. They probably thought you was the last thing from an enforcer. That's probably why they tripping off me right now. Because you didn't know I was an enforcer. Yeah, I am. I'm a spiritual enforcer. But that might sound corny to some people until you get around this situation and realize what I'm doing. And you see what's going on, and you track the progress, and you like, oh, okay, wow. Yeah, you know, that stuff is working. Yeah, that part. Right? So it's like, yo, listen, I can enforce just like a gangster. I can enforce like a thug. You know what I'm saying? I can enforce like criminals. You know what I'm saying? I just go about it a different way. I done caught bodies already. You know what I'm saying? I already did. You know, I'm not bragging about it. But in my spirituality, I have actually fasted concerning a person, and they died. You know what I'm saying? I fasted and they died. Okay, more than one time, more than 2 times. Okay, so you know, so I've caught bodies on this side, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to show you. Like, but God ultimately decides. God ultimately decides, and I don't make the ultimate decisions. That's what's good about it, because I know that I can explain that if my spirituality went through, that means you deserved it as a community. And if you didn't deserve it, based off the innocence of my life, it still is the proper karma for somebody innocent to be taken from your life and your community, because I was innocent according to what you accused me of, right? So then the proper karma is somebody innocent on your side get attacked. That's proper karma. You might think karma is the people that did it get attacked. No. Proper karma is if you attack innocents, your innocent people get attacked. Because you get to feel how it feels for innocent people on your side to be attacked. That's your proper karma, actually. You might have didn't figure that out because you don't understand karma that well. Or maybe on one-on-one level, immature level. Karma, in the sense where you attack the innocent person, you're going to have innocent people on your side attacked. And that's proper because it's going to teach you the proper lesson. Now you're going to learn and see how it feels to see innocent people suffer. To see innocent people go through stuff and they ain't done nothing. That's your proper karma as a community. That's why all this innocent, so that's why all these innocent people got to suffer. I say humbly, I don't have control over people's lives, but I have used my fasting, and I have gotten spiritual results, and people died. Okay, and that's the facts. That's good for police to know, and everybody like them, because when you think I can't touch you because you just riding around or whatever, I can definitely touch you. I can definitely reach out and touch you without incriminating myself or anything. You don't believe it? Okay, Officer Islam. Everybody remember Officer Islam? Last summer, Officer Islam got killed. You think it was a coincidence that somebody drove from Las Vegas, all the way from Las Vegas to New York City, and happened to kill a police officer? You think that's a coincidence? No, it's not. I was fasting during that time. I was giving offerings during that time. I think I was on the fast when it happened. If my memory serves me correctly, I think I was on the fast when it happened. Yeah, I think so. I think I was on an extended long fast, and when he got killed, Officer Islam. You know what I'm saying? So these cops are out here dying, bro, out of nowhere. And it's proper for it to happen, because people played with an innocent person. According to what you was talking about, you couldn't prove that. So then innocent people should suffer. So you can change. Karma's supposed to change you, right? So you supposed to change based on seeing how it feels for innocent people to suffer, and now you not inflicting that same suffering, or trying to at least, on another innocent person again. That you would now think twice, because now you done seen somebody innocent on your side suffer. But if you don't really care about the American community, then it ain't gonna work, because you don't really care about these people after all. But like I said, that's how it's supposed to work. Okay? Like, I'm not your plaything, and I want people to understand this very clearly. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people will come in, like I said, on the same thing, thinking I'm some little gay dude, and I ain't never moved like that. And there ain't nothing you can do about it. So these corny little heterosexual dudes that think they can just push me over, or they think it's something weak in me because you heard I was gay. You think it's something weak in me. I never was like that. And so a little corny little heterosexual dude to come out here and get crashed out. We'll crash him out. He'll get crashed out, I promise you. He'll get crashed out coming over. The type, the goofy dude that think, he been straight all his life, and he gonna try to clown you and think he harder than you. Some little sucker like that, right? And come over here and get crashed out. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you just been with women your whole life. That ain't gonna make you harder than me. You having sex with a woman your whole life don't make you harder than me. And that's what a mistake a dummy gonna make. You gonna think because you had sex with a woman your whole life, somehow that make you harder than me. How? How that make you harder than me? What that got to do with you being hard at all, actually? But do you realize some people's psychology is that stupid that they'll think because they've been with a woman their whole life, they harder than you. Let me take care of this person, and you play yourself and you get crashed out. You know what I'm saying? That's how you carry yourself. If you because America will think that you're fair game because they heard you was gay. Oh, we gonna get him. We gonna easily do that. What you base that on? A lot of times they base that on the fact that they heard you was gay, so they think they gonna come over here and just push you on over, and you just gonna fold. They think you gonna just fold, right? So it become this game to like try to fold this gay dude or something like that, right? But I ain't gay in my psychology. You know what I'm saying? So you came over here. With that being said, I'm a man in my psychology. You come over here, I'm gonna fold you. I'm gonna crash you out. And that's what I'm doing. And I ain't got no mixed blurred lines. I like women. I ain't been with no man in over 2 years. So you can't talk about me being gay and I ain't been with no. See, we gonna stop all the corny lame dudes. We gonna get all the corny lame people that's talking that they ain't got no business talking about something that ain't going on. Right? You don't see me with no gay dude. So how can a black person think they cool? How can you think you not a lame? You talking about something that's not going on? That ain't lame to you. It's lame to me. If you don't see it going on, how it's real? You feel me? It's not. No, that's what I'm saying. But you think you being cool. You think you a cool cat. You think you a cool cat. Sitting out here talking about something that ain't even happening. That's all I'm saying, bro. Like that. Ain't nobody I know will esteem you as real. You know what I'm saying? Talking about something you ain't seen me do. You know what I'm saying? In 2 years, this dude clean. He ain't been with no. I ain't been with a woman in a year. I ain't been with a woman either. I'm clean as they come. You know what I mean? As far as having sex, I ain't even had sex with a woman in over almost. This month will make a year. I'll give it a couple more weeks for sure, because I don't remember the exact date, but I know. You know what I'm saying? It was this month, so I would say a couple years. It was kind of like towards the middle of the month. You know, so that's gonna make a year for women, and I love it. I love it. I'm clean from other people. You know what I'm saying? I'm standing on my own, handling my wars and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't even say I'm having sex with a woman. You can't say none of it. And that's why, like, the war is just on, bro. The war is just on. You know what I'm saying? But I want to make sure you understand who you're dealing with on the battlefield. You ain't dealing with no little gay, confused little gay dude. Okay? I gotta speak for myself, because all these corny people that's been talking, they telling you something that's way in the past that they ain't seen me do in over 2 years. Okay, so as a real one, how you gonna validate that? You see what I'm talking about? How you validate that without receipts? This is why I keep talking about receipts and everything, and people validating stuff they say. Because if you would have took it another step and challenged it, then you would have seen I hadn't been with nobody in over X amount of time, 2 years, right? You ain't even challenged it. If you challenged it, you would have found out. You would have said, how you know? Okay, well, when was the last time? See, this is the kind of questions you're supposed to ask. When was the last time you seen them? Okay, so how can you prove that? They can't. That's what I'm saying. See how goofy it is? Well, they telling you stuff, and see, this is what my beef is with these gay people over here. You went around Brooklyn talking about me being gay, and I ain't been with a man in over 2 years. You see what I'm saying? You see how corny that is, right? You see, and I'm abstaining from that, and that's getting back to other people too, spiritual people, Muslims. Muslims even know that, or think that. Muslims and Christians, it's even getting back to them. How I know? Because when I was on Hillside Avenue in Queens, these Muslims knew about that, but I hadn't been with a man in over a year, going on 2 years. So then it was no reason for them to come and bring those politics into that neighborhood and tell people stuff that I'm not doing, that you don't see me actively doing. That's where you a sucker at right there. And that's it. It's not hard to understand. That's where you a sucker. Ain't nobody gonna sit around and smoke weed with lame niggas like that, sitting up talking about stuff you ain't see somebody do. Nah, you on a lower level than the real niggas I hang around. Cause the real niggas I hang around, if they hear that, nah, them dudes lame. Cause I ain't finna sit up and say this person is doing this, and then we already got a hunch that he like women. But then we know he's spiritual, and we ain't seen him with nobody in over 2 years. I ain't finna go tell another new neighborhood, introduce this whole perspective, and this person is a spiritual person. You see how they playing with me? Cause that's playing with my spirituality, bro. You feel me? Yes, it is. That's playing with my spirituality, yes, sir. If I'm abstaining from sex, but you going and I'm a spiritual person, and people esteem me as a prophet, right? But you going telling people I'm gay, but I'm a spiritual man, that's playing with my spiritual reputation. Yes, it is. That's playing with my spiritual credibility. When I'm paying the price. And I ain't been with no gay dude in over 2 years. But you telling people, I'm like, you going in Jamaica and Queens, you telling Indians over there that ain't even black people. You know, I ain't trying to be funny, but them not black people, right? But you bringing them into my politics, telling them I'm gay or what I used to do. That's playing. Listen, bro, that's playing with my spirituality, man. That's how I look at it. Now you see how deep it get. I'm a prophet of God. You playing with my spirituality, going out here telling people I'm gay, and you ain't. And I'm telling you, I ain't been with nobody in 2 years. And you already knew that anyway. You see me leave a woman in North Carolina, and I know if any community knows, it was the gay community. They knew I was with a woman in North Carolina. Okay then. So you shouldn't have been saying, you just wanted to believe that and wanted to hang on to it. That's what I'm saying. That's a lame nigga. You ain't seen me with no man in over 2 years. Solid. Going on the 3rd year right here. Listen, bro, listen. Here's the biggest problem. God ain't playing no games with you about his servant. Cause just cause you heard about the things I've done, listen, and you can't get past it in your mind, God, I am a servant of God, buddy. And whether you can get past it in your mind or not, I don't care. You're going to have a problem with God, buddy. You listen, you can't go out. You can't go out talking about somebody's gay and he's spiritual. This is serious. This is very serious. You can't go out here talking about somebody's gay and he's a spiritual person and he's abstaining from all sex, right? Not just any, all sex. And you going out here acting like he actively with gay people. You acting like he out here active in these streets. That's how you putting it. And I base it off of because of how people moving out here. Right? Acting like I was gay, putting gay people in front of me and everything. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's why your problem is now with God, bro. God ain't happy with that. He ain't pleased with that. Nope. Because I can see if I was still dipping and dabbing, right? But when you see me go on a streak as long as 2 years, nah, bro. That's disrespectful. I can see if I was dipping and dabbing like every 4 months. You know what I mean? And then you say, well, we kind of see him messing around every once in a while. We think he's still gay, right? Okay. But if you see this person not with men over 2 years and he's a young man, if you smart, a young man not messing with nobody for 2 years is a very long time. Add the fact that he's attractive. Add all the stuff that he is sexually, right? And him not having sex for 2 years, that's a long time. That deserves respect. That's 2 years. Full 2 years, you can't get back when he ain't do nothing with no man. For a full 2 years, you see what I'm saying? For you to come in and while God see me doing that, and for you to play and come out here in these streets and reinforce that to people, and I'm not living that, you got a problem with God, bro. That's what I'm saying. See, I can break down these spiritual mathematics to you. These spiritual equations of karma. You know what I'm saying? Why you got these problems. You know what I'm saying? This is one of the reasons, the main reasons. You can't come out here in these streets talking about somebody gay and they ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? On another level, man, people get violent about stuff like that, bro. I'm just keeping it real. People get violent about that stuff, bro. That's real. People get violent about it, bro. Because, my thing is this, man. Everybody is grown, bro. You know what I'm saying? We grown men, man. People got frustrations. And you somebody they don't even know. I don't even know you to care about your life. I don't know you to care about you. That makes it way more easier to hurt you. If I don't have no sentimental value with you, I don't know you, I don't care about you, right? I don't value you. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. Come on. It's easy to see why I feel like this, man. know what I'm saying? You come out here playing with, I can see if I was dipping and dabbing, then you can say, okay, this person, but it still ain't your business though. It's still, even if I was, it still is not your business. It still is not your business. It still ain't your business. If that's how I choose to live, it ain't your business. Let's come back to that. If I was on the DL, that's not your business. If I'm presenting myself as a straight man to the community, but I'm on the low, behind closed doors, that's between me and God. You don't know what some people went through. They may have lost jobs because they were gay or whatever, and they just are like, it's a trigger for them to even be considered gay out in public. You don't know what some people went through that. Why you might have not. Some people have lost jobs because of it, and it's just like a trigger to be even considered gay in public to them now. Literally, like they get anxiety. You know what I mean? For real. Because they lost jobs. They lost money off of it. See, I live in the real world. I'm just conscious of the real world, bro. So then with that being said, you don't know why that person is like that. It could not just be for what the simple reason what you think is they don't want to own up to it. It's their life and how they got treated for being gay. They may have went through gay discrimination. And now they don't want to be considered that in public. Out in public, when they handling their business and making their money, they don't even want to be considered that because that's going to be considered against them. So you're just a simple-minded person, even when it comes to how people present themselves. You know what I'm saying? I'm smart enough to know why. But with that even being said, I still haven't. I still went out there and was 100. But the point is, no matter how we choose to live our life, at the end of the day, as a grown man, that ain't your business. On everything I love, it's not your business. We got to get these Americans back to it's not your business. Either way it go. Either way it go, it's not your business. I promise you it's not. That's all. Now let's come back to that understanding, where it's not your business anyway. That's why even though I'm a Christian, man, I don't let people treat me like I'm a boy, man. That's why I'm 100. Like, because some Christians will try to start treating you like that too. Like they like trying to tell you about this and all of that and all that. That's good. If it's spiritual and it's the word of God, I'll listen, right? But you still have to treat people like a grown man and a grown woman, whether they're a sinner or not. You don't treat them like a boy and talk down to them like a boy. Who's gonna listen to you if you talk down on somebody like a boy? Now, if you deserve it, then that's a different situation. But just like approaching somebody like they're a child, it's not gonna get any results. I promise you, it probably won't. It probably won't. Most human beings ain't gonna submit to you and what you're saying if if it's coming off funny. You know what I mean? So with that being said, with anything that you say about me, if you approach me funny about it, most human nature gonna rebel. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm a rebel. I'm just saying human nature, where people ain't even gonna entertain what you're talking about. So man, just be conscious of that, man. Whatever chip you got on your shoulder about me, bro. If this is the bottom line, if you ain't man enough to confront me about it, then you're not man enough to be in the position to be talking about it. You're not man enough to be in the position to talk about it because you're not man enough to confront me about it. Now that's maturity. Now when you man enough to confront me about it, then you can say you man enough to talk about it. Because you can talk to me about it first before you talk to somebody else. Or let's say even though you talk to somebody else, you can talk to me about it too. But you're not built like that. You're going to go talk to other people about things, but you can't talk to me about it. Who it's supposed to be about, you can't talk to me about it. It's supposed to be about me, right? but you can't talk to me about it. See, where I come from, we don't respect nobody like that. That's me from North Carolina. We don't respect nobody like that. If you can sit up and talk to other people about somebody else, but if you see that person, you can't talk to them to their face. That's a lame, bro. That's a lame. Whether they're a man or a woman, I don't care who they are. You know what I'm saying? You could say it's your style. It's a style of lame. It's a style of suckers. That's what it is. That's what it is. Because in the real world, we only value real men, stand up, real men, stand up guys. You know what I'm saying? That's all we value out here. We don't value nobody talking like females behind somebody's back and all of that. We don't value that. And one thing I take from childhood, the only thing I take from childhood is that, you know, if you can't say it to a person's face, don't say it at all. That's a coward. Anything I'm saying to people, about people, I can say it right to their face. As a matter of fact, it might be harsher. I can say it harder. I'm gonna say it harder to your face than I'm saying it like this. I'm just trying to be a nice person. I'm trying to be a good person. But if I say it to you, I'm gonna say it harder. If anything, I'm gonna say it like a man to your face. I'm gonna tell you how I feel. That's what I'm supposed to do. But see, that's the part of manhood that a lot of people don't got, man. See, when you're a real man, you can take real criticism if it's real. Now, if it's fake, that's when we're gonna pull your card. You know what I'm saying? But if it's real, real legitimate criticism, then as a man, you should be able to take it. You shouldn't be so soft you can't take no criticism. Jesus, they even criticized Jesus. Who are you to think you ain't gonna get criticized? I don't. My only thing about being criticized is it gotta be true, and it gotta make sense. It gotta be true, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Not fabrication, not character assassination, and then really you talking about something else. You just trying to weaponize certain information against a person, but really you mad about something else. That don't work for me either. Nah, that's juvenile. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't man enough to really confront what you're really mad about. You're not competent enough to really address in a competent way what you're really mad about, and really talk about that. See, when you're a real man, you talk about what it really is, what you're really mad about. Like my brother, he can't talk about what he really mad about. You know what you're really mad about? You mad about a woman because you a sucker. You a sucker. You mad about a woman. Couldn't be me. If she attracted to somebody else, hey, listen, arrivederci. Arrivederci. Arrivederci, bruh. Put a little funk on it. Arrivederci. That's real. Arrivederci. You want to be with somebody else? Arrivederci, buddy. I'm dead serious. That's why that's all I'm saying. I just, listen, it's just like, you can't lose your dignity, man, for these females, bro. Listen, that's the first thing you learn in life. You grow up as a man, what's the first thing you need to start thinking about? These females. Because especially if you look good, you're gonna get married young. That's the problem. You tell your kids, if you got handsome kids or pretty young females, you tell them when they become adults, do not get married young. Okay? The first guy to see you and lay eyes on you is going to think you his wife. But he can't even take care of you. He ain't got a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of. Okay? Y'all going to struggle and be just you're going to have great sex and struggle. That's what's going to happen. You're going to have high grade sex and struggle. That's all. And then you're gonna come to your senses once you get used to the sex. Once you get used to, see, this is how parents should talk to their children. Yes, sir. You have the second bird in the bees talk. You have the first one when they kids. You have the second one when they become grown men and women. You have great hot sex and y'all barely can make it. And then when y'all get tired of the sex, you got kids, you got nowhere to go, and y'all don't want to be together. Because you was too young to figure out what type of man you liked anyway. He ain't even your type. Because you ain't lived long enough to see your type. Now you go out into the world and you see somebody that's a more better personality that fits your personality, and now you want that man. See, that's what happened when you marry these young girls. You marry a young girl, she ain't seen enough different type of men. She ain't seen enough different type of personalities for her to say she really want to be with you. The average woman now, she ain't seen enough type of personalities. Y'all just got this, y'all had great sex and that's it. That's what it was. You just experimented with the first person that you liked that looked pretty decent, and that's basically what it was. You live a little longer and you say, I don't even like that kind of personality. My first wife, no, I wouldn't have been with that type of personality. Nope. I like women that like to laugh. I like women that don't take themselves too seriously and that kind of stuff like that. I can't be with no serious. See, some men don't even pay attention. Look how serious women be all the time. Let's talk about that, how they criticize us. Look how serious these women be. They don't never really laugh. Like from the stomach, like like that. Not like chuckling, talking about gossip. No, we ain't talking about chuckling and talking about gossip. We talking about laughing, belching from the stomach. Like laughing, belching like you belching from the stomach. Women don't laugh like that, man. Our women don't usually laugh like that, man. They carry themselves serious. They always talk about we serious all the time. They gonna say a man is, we carry ourselves too seriously. Oh, they gonna say that if you're a real man. Because a real man used to being around, you in the world. You got burdens of the world. You're gonna be kind of serious. And a woman gonna criticize that. But how about how serious they are sometimes? Where you can't really even laugh with them, and then they don't really laugh at your jokes like that. You know what I'm saying? You got all kind of punchlines, but you ain't got the right woman. See, I realize this. Me, funny as I am, I can't be with no serious woman. Can you imagine that? See why I've been messing up? I can't be with no serious woman. No, I need a woman who like to laugh. I know. See, now I know that. Where I can bounce off of that, and I'm always thinking about making her laugh and all that kind of stuff. And she making me laugh, stuff like that. I can't be with no serious woman. That's gonna make you serious. If you are a humorous guy, you like to laugh and you funny. If you get with the wrong woman, now you're gonna be serious all the time. Always arguing, always serious. You know what I'm saying? See, you gotta learn what type of woman you need. You know what I'm saying? If you a funny person, you definitely can't be with nobody that take themselves way too seriously. Everything is a balance, you know what I'm saying? But like some women, they don't even laugh. Not really, you know what I'm saying? Not really, bro. Nah, I can't be with no woman like that. I'm sorry, buddy. That's not my cup of tea. So see, you gotta live long enough to know what type of woman you like. Once you do, now you wait. You wait. And if you're lucky, you'll find that type of woman in your lifetime that fits your personality. You know what I'm saying? Without just the sex. The sex is sex. It's going to be good, pretty decent with anybody. Sex is going to be pretty decent with anybody, especially if with a woman. It's going to be pretty decent with any woman. Women got the problem. They got to worry about is a man how big his penis is, or if he can get it up, or all kind of different other things. But with us as men, women, the sex is gonna be pretty decent for the most part. I mean, so you can have pretty decent sex with anybody, but compatibility is a whole different animal that some people don't have patience to wait for. So you wind up being with somebody you ain't compatible with for whatever reason, whether it's money reasons or sex. It's just for different reasons. It's not for the right reasons. It's superficial reasons, if you will. Um, so most of these people, if they get young, married young, you got married too young. Now she gets older and she sees some dude at her job, and he's more just like what he's just the fit for her personality, and you're not. You're not. You're not the fit. You're not the fit for the personality of the woman that you with, and y'all can have great sex, y'all can make money together or whatever, but she already know it's a certain personality she like more than yours in a dude, and you can tell how she look at and she talk about other dudes, certain dudes, maybe on TV or something, certain personalities or whatever. You can tell that's what she really like. So some people are with you because it's convenient. You know what I'm saying? It's convenient and all of that. That's what it really is. It's convenience. You know what I'm saying? It's not you are her true number one pick, and that's what it has to be to work anyway. If she's not your number one pick, if you are not her number one pick, no, it's not gonna work. I'm telling you, because it's gonna take that to make it. It's gonna take that to make it, especially these days with the struggles that's going on. You can't be with nobody you don't halfway like and don't want to be with. It ain't gonna work. When trouble comes, the relationship is just gonna break and fall apart. But if you really are compatible, you're gonna stick together because you want that person around you. You want that person, that type of personality around you in your life. That's what it really is. Now, people that stick together, what it really is, when it's all said and done, you want this type of personality around you forever. You like this type of person around you. That's what it really is. But you gotta find that person that you connect with, that you like, and that you like their personality. That part matters. If you like to talk, and then if a woman says you talk too much, red flag. But you like to talk. But she say you talk too much, red flag. Can't have her. No, she criticizes something that's a part of you. It's one thing to criticize something negative about you, but when a woman criticizes something that's a part of you, that's a red flag, bro. You listen. Don't be desperate to where you trying to make that work. Nope, that ain't gonna work. A woman cannot criticize the core of who you are, the core part of who you are. That's who you are. And some people would change that for another person. You talk too much. As soon as she say that, boom, that's a red flag all day, buddy. But if she say something like, "Ooh, I just love listening to you. I just love talking to you," something like that, boom, that's it. That's what you need. You don't need no woman that's trying to stop you from dumb you down and you don't talk a lot. Because you don't never shut up the messenger, and you don't never shut up your children. If you got kids that talk a lot, don't ever tell the child to shut up. You know how many black women and parents do that? You don't never shut up a talking child. That's how they become fluent and more intelligent in everything. You don't never tell your child to shut up. And that's why they be sitting around looking stupid by the time they become teenagers. Parents tell their children to shut up and stop talking. Stop talking, I need to think. Them kind of bushwhack parents. You talking too much, I need to think. Go in the other room. Some kids will say that. But you don't never tell your kids to stop talking. You don't never tell a messenger to stop talking either. That's why I don't stop. Because you're a messenger. You're supposed to be talking. That's how you know who the messenger is. The one that's talking. That's the messenger. The one that don't like to talk, that's the messenger. The one that love to talk all the time, that's the messenger. You don't never tell that person to shut up. You let that person keep talking. Especially when you see they got a brain. You never shut somebody down like that. As soon as I see a messenger, okay, I'm gonna let him talk as much as he wants. That's the messenger right there. See how much he talk? Okay, yeah, well, that's the messenger. That's how we know. That's how we know. See, some people ain't built to figure out things like this, man. To judge people, to see who they are, and all that kind of stuff. And I am, you know what I'm saying? I see somebody talk all the time. That's a messenger, man. And then especially if he a Christian, and he got a message, he got a word. He talking things that nobody else ain't talking. That's the messenger right there. Now imagine telling him to shut up. Imagine telling him trying to censor him. It goes against that. That's a red flag. Any community that's doing that to you, that's not your community. That's not your community. If it's America, if it's a certain race of people, white people, it could be white people, whoever it is, whoever's trying to shut you down, that's a red flag because that's your personality. You also do not let people do that outside of a relationship. You got homies, friends, or whatever, or your community that's trying to tell you, well, man, you think you talk too much. Nah, it's no such thing as talk too much unless you say the wrong things. That's when you talk too much. You talk too much when you say the wrong things, not when you talk a lot. If you talk a lot, you need to be with somebody who enjoys that, where it balances it out. You do all the talking. This other person, they can talk too, but if you with the wrong woman, she want to talk just as much as you, like it's a competition or something. It's like, nah, you don't need to be with that type of personality. You need to be with a personality that likes to listen, that likes to laugh. You know what I'm saying? That type of person. And that's gonna be a better fit. That's always gonna be a better fit. You know, you with somebody that censor you all the time. Oh man. Ooh. You with somebody that censor you all the time. Nope. Leave that alone. Leave that alone. That's what you gotta do. You gotta leave that alone, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that criticize the core part of who you are is not who you are designed to be with. Even the community, if they don't understand you and they feel like you talk too much, that's not your community. Because that's the core of who you are. And if that's not embraced, then that means there's somebody else that's supposed to embrace you. But the bottom line is this, man. When you're young, you don't know enough personalities. You gotta live long enough to know. And then you find it. You find the personality you like. It's all about the personality, because that's what you gotta live with. You gotta live with that personality. That's what you consider. Okay, do I like this personality? Could I live with this personality forever? Oh, I could. Yeah, I could live with this kind of personality forever. Okay, yeah. Then that's it. That's it for you. You can wake up. You can feel like you could be around this kind of personality every day. That's the one. But if you already feel like you tolerating this person, or they're tolerating you, it's not gonna work. I'm telling you. You got too much living to do, and this person is already burnt out on you, and you burnt out on them. How y'all gonna make it 20, 30, 40, 50 more years of living? Think about it. That's what I'm saying, man. So, these are things you must consider, man. Like I said, we moving forward. Not spiritual warfare. Everything's going great. Like I said, I sent money to Vietnam. I sent money to Egypt today. So everything's going good. Everything's going real good. That money just left to Egypt just now, this hour. So, everything's going good, man. Everything's going good.